And hello again, everybody. David Clary, John Oliver, along with Christian Rosas Rodriguez, Mark Case. We're live here at Central High School getting set for Oak Ridge High School basketball. As we get set, the Wildcats and the Lady Bobcats are warming up down below. John Oliver, you've got a little bit more information about tonight's ball game.
Yes, I do. Welcome to the new year and another edition of Lady Wildcat basketball. For the first time since December 15th, the Lady Wildcats will actually play a game against an actual opponent. Because of early cancellations by other opponents and then some positive tests within the team, Oak Ridge hasn't been able to play since the Stone Memorial loss on December 15th. The Lady Bobcats are in a similar situation, and in fact an even worse scenario, because it has been over 1 month since their last game, a December 4th loss to Halls. The young Lady Bobcats opened their season with 6 straight losses before knocking off Anderson County for their only district win. In all of their 6 losses, they have lost by double digits, but their opponents have been quality ones, including Jefferson County, Motown East, and North Green. The Lady Wildcats opened their season with 4 straight wins, including their only district win against Halls. District games against Karnes, Clinton, and Campbell County have been postponed. The Campbell County game will be made up this Thursday, while the Clinton home game will take place on January 14th. The Karnes game will be made up at a later date. Tonight's opponent, Central, has had very little success against the Lady Wildcat program. Oak Ridge has won 17 straight games against Central and owns an astounding 98-1 record all time versus the Lady Bobcats. The only loss came during Kara Jackson's first season in 2011. Last season, Oak Ridge won 47-17 at Oak Ridge and 70-33 here at Central. Tonight's game is being broadcast on FM 92.7, prepradio.com, and we are streaming live on YouTube on our Prep Radio channel. We're also on Channel 15. Our sponsors for tonight are Fox Insurance Group, the Oak Ridge Utility District, Ortho Tennessee, Mortgage Investors Group, and TN Bank of Oak Ridge. We're going to take our first break. When we come back, Mark and Dave will have the starting lineups and the tip-off of this Oak Ridge Lady Wildcat game versus Central, live from Fountain City. We'll be back with that in 3 minutes.
What's up, Mark? Glasses? Yeah. We have a lot of home games coming up. Pretty straight. Wow. What's that? Yeah. Do you even hear that?
Charlie Brown's
And we are back live here at Central High School. The starting lineups are being introduced out on the floor as we speak. The Lady Wildcats on the road wearing their all-gray jerseys with white and cardinal numerals, while the Central Lady Bobcats wearing their predominantly white jerseys with black and red trim. Mark Case now joins us here. Mark, one thing that you said to me, which is totally accurate, it has been a while since we've seen the Lady Wildcats play.
It really has. I was just sitting there thinking, I was looking at the roster today and I was thinking, I haven't called that name in a while. Did they graduate? But no, we haven't had a Lady Wildcats game in quite a while.
Well, let me tell you an even crazier stat here. The Central boys team has not played since Thanksgiving. So that's been even a longer trip as we're since their last game. Two teams are heading out to the center of the floor. We are about to get underway here. The Lady Wildcats and the Lady Bobcats. And Mark, I believe you at least have the starting lineups for the Lady Wildcats.
Yes, starting for the Lady Wildcats, they'll come out with Kamari Mitchell-Steen, Brooke Bush, Cannon Green, Gracie Heron, and number 34, Hope Holt.
And here we go. The officials are standing in, including Mr. Queener. Let's rise up with him as the Wildcats' Gracie Heron will be jumping for the Lady Wildcats, and a tall, slender girl for Central jumping for them. It's controlled by Oak Ridge, and we are underway here at Central. Hope Holt for three to start the ball game. It's up no good. Gracie has the rebound, saved on the floor by Kamari Mitchell-Steen. Up good. Kamari Mitchell-Steen takes it off the glass, and the Lady Wildcats have a 2-0 lead. 7 minutes, 45 seconds to play. We're in the first quarter, just underway from Fountain City. With the basketball, Addison Brewer. She's a freshman player. She's running the point, picked up by Samaj Clark. She works the dribble right in front of the Oak Ridge bench and dribbles it off the foot of Samaj out of bounds. 7:33 to play in the first quarter, just underway here from Central High School. It'll be the Lady Bobcats to work the ball in. Addison Brewer from just to the right of the scorer's table works the ball inside, and they'll set up their offense once again. 2-0 Oak Ridge, 7:27 to play here in the first period. Central basketball, number 12 with the basketball, that's Candace Horner, another freshman player. They've got a big tall girl out there, Mackenzie Babb. I remember her from previous years. She is ball game as the Lady Wildcats. Hope Holt reaches in, and Queener says it's a foul called against Oak Ridge. 2-0 our score, 7:10 to play in the first quarter. We are streaming this game on YouTube. We're on FM 92.7, FM 94.7, prepradio.com, and Oak Ridge Schools Television Channel 15. Central ball. They work the ball in. It comes to Babb. You've got to figure Central and Oak Ridge have got to be very, very rusty. Central probably even more because they have been shut down since the middle part of December, where they weren't even able to practice. So, well, I'm sure somehow they were able to figure out a way to do that, but very little as Kamari Mitchell-Steen anticipates, pulls up and gets a steal, gives it off to her teammate Samaj Clark, who takes it off the glass. Good. Kind of lulled them to sleep, both teams, and the Wildcats have a steal and the layup. But what I was going to say, rust has got to be a factor, probably a little bit more for Central.
Yeah, and plus, they just got another turnover there by Central. Lady Wildcats had the ball. Hope Holt looking for a shot. She gives it off to Cannon Green, who gives it up to Samaj Clark. Samaj for a three. He's up and good.
And the Lady Wildcats, just like that, have a 7-0 lead, 4:16 and counting. The clock is still running, and they stop it with 6:15 to play in the first period. Why don't we take a break? We'll send it back once again to Brian Bennett. He's at the studios of FM 92.7. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
Yeah. You never know what you're going to get. Not a good angle to get the camera anyway.
Thanks a lot. We are back here at Central High School. Lady Wildcats, I believe, are up 7-0. The scoreboard says 4. But I believe it is 7. And it is 7. And now they put it up on the board here. They had a little trouble with their PA when they did the announcing. It was Looks like maybe a student doing it, but it was just mumbling, actually, as the Wildcats get another steal. Here it goes to Hope Holton. She's going to bring the ball down the floor. Lady Wildcats are undefeated in district play, but they've only played one district ball game. Central has played two district ball games on the girls' side, none on the boys' side. Hope for three, good. Hope Holt drills a three. That's her first 3 points, and the Lady Wildcats have a 10-0 lead. 5:51 to play in the first quarter. Central's only win ever came on this floor way back about 11 years ago. As they launch a three, no good. Rebounded by Hope. Coming down with the rebound will come the Lady Wildcats again. The Lady Wildcats get it into Gracie Heron. Nice feed. Oh, she missed the layup, though. And down the floor will come the Central Bobcats. Then Kamari steals it. Then the ball's knocked away and saved by Gracie. Gracie in the right place at the right time. And the Lady Wildcats, Kamari drives in, pulls up, shoots. No good. Draws a foul. And it'll be Central committing their first team foul, and that's going to send, I believe, Oak Ridge's Kamari Mitchell-Steen to the free throw line. She'll have 2 shots. She has 2 points in the ball game, yet to attempt any from the free throw line. 10-0. Lady Wildcats. The Lady Wildcats 98-1 all time against Central. As the free throw is up, and it's good. You might remember this, Mark, and this is absolutely nothing against the Central program, but they had a girl named Tanika Smith who played here, who ended up signing with the Lady Vols, and there were some pretty competitive ball games during that stretch of time as Kamari knocks the ball out of bounds. In fact, I think I remember one game in particular went into overtime. So in that stretch of time, they've had the opportunity to end what was just a terrible streak. At that time, I think it was 85 in a row or something like that, and until the Lady Wildcats finally lost one to Central. But these games have, here in the last, I say 10 years, though, have not been competitive much at all.
Yeah, I agree with you, David. I remember Tanika Smith. Those were some really hard-fought ball games. She was quite an athlete and a force out there on the court. But, yeah, I mean, you know, the games of late have not been what the games were back then.
Here's a steal again by Oak Ridge on a deflection by Oak Ridge's Gracie Heron. Gracie gets it, goes in for the shot, no good. 0 for 2 to start the ball game, and down the floor with the basketball will come Central, moving left to right with Oak Ridge leading 11-0. 4:40 to play in the first period. Good defense by Kamari. Almost a steal. Kamari a little bit aggressive there on her. Almost picked up a foul. Central's got a young team as they launch a three. That's their only senior, and she launches an air ball. It's saved in by Oak Ridge. Coming down with the basketball will come Kamari. Kamari free throw line jumper. Floats it in there. Good. Kamari Mitchell-Steen's hot to start this one, and once again, Coach Ben Collins will call a timeout for the Central Lady Bobcats. 13-0 Oak Ridge in the lead. We're going to send it back once again to Brian Bennett. We'll be back to Central High School. 30 seconds. And we appreciate all of our sponsors sponsoring our broadcast here on FM 92.7, prepradio.com, Oak Ridge Schools Television Channel 15, and our YouTube stream right now on Prep Radio. We'd like for you to subscribe, and Mark can explain that a little bit better here in a moment as the Central Lady Bobcats set up their offense once again. They're down 13-0. Great start for Oak Ridge as they work the ball in for a shot. No good. Rebound Babb, and she's fouled. Personal foul called against the Lady Wildcats, and Mackenzie Babb, senior player. She's tall, and I remember they had another girl who graduated last year. Maybe, God, her name eludes me, but this girl's really tall. She's tall, very slender, and she goes to the free throw line. One of the few seniors on this team. Her shot is short. They have actually 2 seniors on the team, Heaven Wyrick and Mackenzie Babb, who's at the free throw line. Look at all the freshmen they've got on their roster. So, you know, hopefully these girls for Central's program will eventually be something, but they're young right now for sure. Second toss is up. She misses both of them. On the rebound will come Oak Ridge. It's Kamari Mitchell-Steen to Hope Holt. She brings the ball for a long three on the left wing. It's up, no good. Rebound to Central. Coming down with the rebound will come the Lady Bobcats. Pushing it up the floor. They lob it and throw the ball away. Last closest one to it is Brian Leffler. He is the trainer for the Oak Ridge High School Wildcats. Oak Ridge up 13-0, 3:55 to play. Running clock here at Central High School as they work the ball in. And down the floor of the basketball will come the Oak Ridge Wildcats. Here goes to Hope Holt, top of the circle, works the ball left side. Over goes to Hope in the left corner, finds Kamari free. She launches a three. It's on its way. Good rotation. They missed the shot, though. Rebound to Central. Here come the Lady Bobcats moving left to right. 3.5 minutes to play first period. Their basketball. The Wildcats playing with the original starting five. Central trying to get on the board, and they do. 2-point bucket knocked in by Allie Gregory, a freshman player, and it's 13-2. The Lady Wildcats have the lead. Here comes Hope down the floor to Cannon Green. Oh, nice drive along the baseline. Gives it into Gracie for the shot. Good. Off the glass. I thought Cannon was going to take the shot, but she saw Gracie just feet away from the goal. Nice pass. Easy bucket.
Yes, Gracie, Cannon did a great job of pulling the defender to her, which freed up Gracie, and a nice pass there.
Central basketball trailing Oak Ridge 15-2, 2:55 to play in the first period. We're at Central High School Thursday night. I'll talk about that in a moment, and I'll do it right now because they're a very patient offense. I might have plenty of time, but as Central drives in, Gracie's got to stop this penetration from the left block. They cannot get a shot off. Now they get it in. Should have been 3 seconds. I agree with you, Mark, there, but they didn't call it. It'll be 2 points on the board for them. The Lady Wildcats ball game from December against Campbell County, which was rescheduled as Kamari drives in and gets another layup on 2 different occasions, has finally a date set for it. It'll be Thursday. The Wildcats will play Campbell County on Thursday. We'll have the broadcast, just a Prep Radio Channel 15 broadcast, and maybe a streaming broadcast on YouTube, and that'll be 6 o'clock this Thursday. Friday night, the Wildcats return to the Wildcat Arena and take on Anderson County, and we'll have those games, and we will be streaming the home games from here on out, at least until the governor lifts the restrictions on the fans, and that's tentatively scheduled for January the 19th, but I have a feeling it'll probably go a little bit longer than that. Travel's going to be called against Cannon Green. Lady Wildcats turned the ball over with 2:02 to play in the first period, leading 17-4. How can fans subscribe to Oak Ridge on YouTube?
Well, if they go on to YouTube and they just search for Prep Radio, David, they'll see us, and all they have to do is click the subscribe button, and that helps us. It helps us and it helps them. The viewer, because it allows them to get notified whenever we have a broadcast streaming, and it helps us by increasing our numbers and hopefully advertising.
Near steal by Oak Ridge. The Lady Wildcats do battle for loose balls. Now the Wildcats' Kamari Mitchell-Steen does steal it, and she's going to drive coast to coast all the way to the hole. No good. And Queener says that is a charge. I don't know.
No way.
I didn't think so. Usually he's a better official than that, but unless she used her elbow or her arm to clear out, that's the only way I would see that as a charge. But I'm not going to get into that right now. It's 17-4, minute 28 to play, and I think he's the best official in our association, to be honest with you.
Yeah, he's very good, David, and we see him quite a bit. It's almost a steal there by Kamari Mitchell-Steen, but she knocks it out. So the Lady Bobcats will have the ball side midcourt.
Minute 21 to play, first quarter, 17-4. Lady Wildcats in the lead. Here comes Central. The Lady Wildcats have Lauren Hart in the ball game, Cannon Green, and then there's a travel called against Central's Addison Brewer. Samaj Clark's in, along with Hope Holt. Lady Wildcats have the lead by a score of 17-4, a minute 11 to play here in the first period. Hope drives to the free throw line, gives it over to Kamari. Kamari penetrates left, gives it over to Lauren. Lauren Hart swings the ball to Cannon. Cannon can't get a three off, backs it up to Hope, splits the zone, kicks it out to Kamari, and she walks for the basketball. Didn't put the ball down on the floor. Lady Wildcats look a little sharper than I honestly thought they would, Mark.
Yeah, they do. I mean, they're able to run an offense, I'd say, much better than Central is right now, just because of Central being out of practice for so long. And I don't, to be honest with you, David, I don't know what the Lady Wildcats practice schedule has been like.
45 seconds to play here in the first quarter. 17-4 is our score. Here's a deflection and a steal by Kamari. Kamari's going to bring the ball back the other way with 37 seconds to play in the first quarter. Kick it out. Lauren Hart for three. Up, no good. Long rebound, Hope Holt. Back in the paint. Oh, nice pass. They let them miss the easy bunny. Wouldn't go in, but it was a nice pass anyway. And here comes Central down the floor. 17-4 the score. Let's see if they play for the final shot of the first period here in Fountain City. Bounce pass goes out to Babb. Babb will drive in, throw up a left-handed shot. Good. Babb knocks it in, and it's 17-6. Lady Wildcats. 10 seconds to play here in the first period, and here they come down the floor. Lady Wildcats will play for the final shot here. Here comes Kamari. Here comes a driving layup. Good. As the first quarter comes to a close. 19-6, the Lady Wildcats have the lead. We're on FM 92.7, FM 94.7. We'll be back to Central High School following this 60-second timeout. Welcome back once again to Central High School here. Lady Wildcats have a 19-6 lead, and they're walking. There is indeed a travel called against the Central Lady Bobcats. Oak Ridge comes out with Samaj Clark, Gracie Heron, Lauren Hart, Kamari Mitchell-Steen, along with Hope Holt. You know, the Lady Wildcats, unfortunately, their Christmas tournaments were called off. The Lady Wildcats obviously were going to go to Greenville as Kamari launches another three. Good rotation, and it drops in good. And she's got 12 already in the ballgame, and Oak Ridge leads Central 22-6. After the Greenville tournament was called off, Coach Taylor called around and found a tournament in Maryville where they were going to play some pretty good teams. Murfreesboro Oakland was there as Babb puts up a shot, no good, rebounded again by Oak Ridge. They were going to open with Jefferson County, the team that actually is Hope, gets a shot up, no good, draws the foul, and she'll go to the free throw line for the Wildcats. But they were going to play Jefferson County. You might remember, Mark, that they were the team that beat us in the championship game of the Greenville tournament a year ago, but for the first time this year, Oak Ridge had some positive tests, and they had to cancel. So this is they've been in quarantine for a long while as well, as Hope's first free throw is no good. 22-6 to score. Hope in the ball game, I believe, has a total of 3, and she is now 0 of 1 from the free throw line. 22-6 to score. Second toss by the senior, no good. Battling for the rebound. Central has it. Down the floor will come the Lady Bobcats. Wildcats look a little bit out of shape here. I think that's probably one thing. And Coach Redmond told me, or Coach Taylor told me that she thought that her team was slightly out of shape. They had done nothing different in terms of conditioning as 5-second count was on, but for whatever reason, she thought her girls were a little out of shape, and I guess there's no better way to get in shape than to play 3 ball games in 1 week, and that's what we've got this week. Kamari, another layup, good. Kamari's just doing what Kamari does, Mark. That's 14 points here in the first half. Down the floor will come Central. 6:33 to play, second quarter, 24-6 the score. We are streaming this game live on YouTube right now. We appreciate all of our sponsors. We appreciate all of our sponsors on the radio as Babb gets a shot, no good. Rebounded by Gracie Heron. Here comes Oak Ridge down the floor. With it will come Oak Ridge's Lauren. Oh, nice pass. Lauren Hart to Samaj Clark off the glass, good. Samaj puts it in. Lauren gets the assist, and now Samaj has 7. 20-point lead for the Lady Wildcats. 26-6 our score, 6:06 to play. It's good to see the Lady Lady Wildcats playing. Like Mark said, I don't have to use the roster, but almost if the secondary players come into the ballgame, I might just have to. Another missed shot rebounded by Oak Ridge. Hope Holt's going to throw the ball, and turning it for Samaj goes into Kamari. She missed a shot. Didn't really have a great angle underneath the goal to get it to go up. She was a little bit too far under it. And here comes Central down the floor. They're going to drive the baseline, get a shot up. Good. They score with number 2, and that is Lexi Pendergrass, junior player. And it's 26-8 Oak Ridge. 5.5 minutes to play in a fast-moving contest here from Central High School. We like that, especially when you've had to work all day, Mark, correct?
Yes. I was up till midnight at work last night, so it's nice to have a quick game. As a shot is up, no good by the Lady Wildcats, rebounded by Central.
Here they come down the floor, moving left to right with the basketball. They're going to say jump ball, and the alternate possession arrow will be towards the Lady Wildcats. 26-8 is our score. We're on prepradio.com. We're on Oak Ridge Schools Television Channel 15. We are streaming live on the internet as well on YouTube, the live video. You can go to Prep Radio at YouTube. I'm not sure how many people we have watching right now, but I'm sure the number will increase. We have 24 people watching on YouTube as the Wildcats work it into Gracie Heron. Shot is good. Gracie scores. Lady Wildcats have only played one district ball game. The boys, this will be their 4th district game. The Clinton game and the Carnes games were scheduled to be doubleheaders like we normally have, but the Clinton and Carnes teams weren't able to play on those particular nights. The Clinton game has been rescheduled for a home game, one game only, girls varsity, maybe girls JV as well, for the 14th of January. That'll be a home game at the Wildcat Arena. The Carnes game has not been rescheduled. As I mentioned, this coming Thursday, it's not on your schedule, but the Campbell County game scheduled for middle of December has been rescheduled, and it'll be Thursday. We'll have the broadcast on all of our outlets. Here's a steal by Oak Ridge down the floor. Hope Holt drives in, kicks it into Gracie. A little 3-footer is good. Gracie caught it on a dead run. She had really people right up in her face too, Mark, but she was able to get the shot to drop.
Yeah, great job there. Nice assist by the Lady Wildcats, David. Just like seeing them work as a team today. They're doing a great job, and Lauren Hart especially, I've seen some really nice plays and assists from her.
Vice Principal Stephanie Thompson is one of our viewers here tonight. She's been a little under the weather. We hope you're feeling better, but she's watching us tonight on our YouTube stream. We're also, if you're driving in your cars or at home on the radio, FM 92.7. Brian Bennett, we wish him a happy new year and getting a little radio work in. John Oliver's doing our camera work tonight. We got Christian Rosas Rodriguez with us as well. 30-8, the Lady Wildcats in the lead as we play here at Central High School. They get a little shot off the rim. Good. They score with number 12. That's Cadence Horner. She has 4, and it's a 20-point lead once again for the Lady Wildcats. 30-10 our score. We might have a halftime interview. We'll see if that transpires. Lauren Hart catches one, drives in for the wing, kicks it on, tried to get it to Gracie. Big battle for it. Loose ball, alternate possession arrow will give Central the ball. I think Lauren at first thought she wanted to shoot a 3. Then they came up on her defensively. Then she saw Gracie cutting in, and the pass was a little bit low, and they turned the ball over. Back the other way will come Central. We'll have the stats at halftime. Might have an interview, as I said. I know 2 guys that want to do it. We'll see if they wander over here or not. The M&M guys, they talked about wanting to do an interview here, and I said, well, if you remember, come on over. Here comes Oak Ridge down the floor after a steal. Lauren Hart with it to Cannon Green. Little 3-footer is no good. Rimmed out. Here comes Central down the floor. 20-point game. Lady Wildcats in the lead. 3 minutes to play here in the first half. From Fountain City, Tennessee. Oh, Kamari. She anticipated that one. She's going to anticipate another 2 points on her scoring column, and she's got 2 more. And 16 total in the ball game. And Oak Ridge leads 32-10. 2:46 to play second period. Here comes Central down the floor. Their head coach, Ben Collins, is very patient. Here's a block shot by Gracie. Taken on the floor by the Lady Wildcats, and here they come down the floor. Oak Ridge substitutes getting into the ball game as the Wildcats. Lauren Hart gives it into Cannon. Cannon swings the ball left side. Down the floor with the basketball will come Oak Ridge. Here it goes to Oak Ridge's Lady Wildcats. Lady Wildcats have, I believe, Amari in the ball game as they work in for a shot. Good by Gracie Heron, and down the floor will come the Central Lady Bobcats. Oak Ridge has in the ball game Emily Lindsay in the contest now. 34-10 is our score. 2:04 to play. We're in the second period. 34-10 Lady Wildcats. Thanks for tuning us in. We appreciate our sponsors, our broadcast, not only on the radio, but on YouTube and Prep Radio. They include Fox Insurance Group of Oak Ridge, 10 Bank of Oak Ridge, Ortho Tennessee of Oak Ridge, the Oak Ridge Utility District, and Mortgage Investors Group. Here's another steal by Oak Ridge. Kamari's got it, and she's going to want to take it to the hole, looks like. Kamari's going to take it strong to the rim. Good. A little higher off the glass this time, but it drops in just the same. And she's got 18 first half points. 36-10 the score. Minute 27 to play here in the second period. Here comes Central down the floor once again. Lady Wildcats coached by Paige Taylor. In her 6th year as the head coach, Lauren Trent's one of her assistant coaches. She's been with her all the way. We miss Tammy Dowdell being with us, but I noticed this week that her daughter, as a timeout is asked for by Central, we'll hold it right here. I noticed that Micaiah Dowdell had 26 points the other night for ETSU in a victory. So Micaiah started at Middle Tennessee State, but moved to ETSU, and I think that's a better fit for her, to be honest with you.
Yeah, it sounds like it is, David. Do you happen to know what position she's playing? It must be a shooting.
Yeah, I would think that she's probably not tall enough to play the post position in Division I basketball, but I don't know. I'll ask Tammy next time I talk to her, but I'm just glad that she's out there playing. We've got some other players I know that are going to, or have been playing ball, but I think Micaiah might be, and Jada's still playing, I believe, at Tennessee Tech. I don't know. I haven't heard much about Jada this year. I'll ask her dad here when he gets in the gym here. Of course, Jada Gwynn and Kel Slater are brother and sister. And so some pretty good talent in that family. Mark, your thoughts on the first half here. It's been all Lady Wildcats shooting the ball, playing good solid defense here, just a little bit overmatching the Central Lady Bobcats.
Yeah, I don't have a count on it, David, but the Lady Wildcats have really forced a lot of turnovers by Central. They really kind of get in Central's face and disrupt their offense as much as they can, and I believe make Central uncomfortable in their offense.
Tommy and Martha Lee watching from Kansas City, our broadcast today, and I just got a text from Jonathan Milloway. He says, do you want us to come over? And I said, sure, come on over. We'll talk to them here in a few short moments. The M&M boys, members of the Oak Ridge boys team, as Central throws the ball away. That'll be Jeremy Miller and Jonathan Milloway. They love being on the air.
Yeah, they do.
I mean, that's really all you can say. 36-10 the score, 57 seconds to play here in this first half. Lady Wildcats in the lead, playing with, let's see, Cannon Green, Hope Holt, Samaj Clark, Gracie Heron, and Emily Lindsay. Oak Ridge ball. Here's a shot by by Samaj, no good. Saved by Lindsay. Lindsay takes one dribble, works the ball out to Green with 37 seconds to play. Lady Wildcats up 36-10. Here's a long three, hits the rim, missed by Cannon. Tracked down, though, by Oak Ridge's Hope Holt. Back at the free throw line to Gracie, little 5-footer, a little bit short. And here comes Central back the other way. With the basketball will come Babb, and they'll appear to be playing for the final shot here. 19 seconds to play. 36-10 is our score. Lady Wildcats in the lead. Here comes Central down the floor. And here's a near deflection. It is a deflection. A near steal by Samaj. Goes out of bounds. Less touched by Oak Ridge. 8.8 seconds to play. 36-10. Lady Wildcats currently in the lead over Central as they lob it into Babb, and she throws the ball away. Stolen away by Lindsay to Gracie Heron to Hope Holt. Mid-quarter at the buzzer is no good as the first half comes to a close. So we've played one half of basketball here at the Central High School gym in Fountain City, Tennessee. Lady Wildcats on top, 36-10. Well, let's make a little room here to get, let's see, the guys in here. And let's see. Looks you're going to have to share a mic here. Let's turn the camera on these guys, not on the old guy, on the young guy here. We'll start. You want to do it two at a time, or you want to do it one at a time here?
Let's just do two, yeah.
Two at a time here. So this reminds me of Anderson County last year when it was actually Jeremy's interview, but Jonathan interloped on it and came in and was a part of it. Guys, I know both of you guys have had some little issues here in the last, I guess, 3 weeks or so. You lost a couple ball games at Alcoa. Your thoughts heading into tonight's ball game after looking back at the games this past week at Alcoa?
We just kind of got to try to get back to what we used to do, because we've just not been playing like ourselves recently, as most people would probably agree with. and like we're just not playing like Oak Ridge. Like Coach Green tells us every day we have to play to a standard, practice to a standard, and we just haven't been doing that. So hopefully tonight we can get back to what we're used to.
Jonathan, same question with you here. I know you missed a couple of a week or so, I guess, a little bit out, and you missed the first part of the year too. A lot of times I've noticed over the years that junior teams sometimes overachieve. A lot of expectations on you guys this year. It's a little bit different. You are the guys with the targets on your back. Talk about that and talk about what we can expect from the team the rest of the way.
Well, I mean, I think it's about playing to a standard, like Jeremy said. We've talked a lot about culture in the past few days, and like the past 2 games just haven't been Oak Ridge basketball culture. Obviously, we haven't been playing hard. We haven't been doing what we need to do. We haven't been executing on offense or on defense. But Coach Green's gotten onto us, and we're back in the right mindset, and we're ready to come out tonight. I know Jeremy and I are especially. We've talked a lot about this game, about how we're going to come out differently than what we've done.
Tell me about that. Tell me what Oak Ridge basketball culture, what do you mean by that?
It's about playing to a standard. Like in our locker room when we walk in, it's a sign with defense and rebounding wins championships. Like that's our motto, defense and rebounding, and we just haven't been doing that well. We definitely have the offensive talent to score 1 through 8 on our lineup. But we really just need to lock down defensively like we know how to, and just play with a little bit more heart.
How weird has this season been where, obviously last year you lost your state tournament. I mean, you qualified, should have gone, didn't get a chance to go. How weird has it been this year? We're not knowing actually from maybe day to day, hour to hour, who you're actually going to play.
Well, it's kind of crazy. I didn't know that we had a game this Thursday. And apparently we have a makeup game Thursday.
Campbell County.
New. Yeah, and we were going to go, I forget, who were we going to go play when I got COVID?
Lebanon, I believe.
Yeah, we were going to play Lebanon, and then we couldn't go to that game because I tested positive. Yeah, that's when Jeremy rolled his ankle too. I think we kind of lucked out on that one. I think it wouldn't have been great if we had gone to Lebanon with Jeremy and I out especially, so I'm glad that he'll be healthy and I'm over it now. I'm happy that we'll be able to make up that game. But it has been crazy. Coach Green says every day, play every game like it's your last, every practice like it's your last, because don't know where things are going.
I don't want to ignore Jeremy over here, but let me ask you about your ankle. I guess it was the Clinton game. You rolled it, and I noticed, and I've talked to you a couple times since that time, but I've noticed, I guess it was the Alcoa game. You went up for a dunk, and you had 27 points that game, and so you had a really fine game. You went up for a dunk, and you came down and seemed a little bit awkward. How is your ankle right now?
I would say I'm about 90% just kind of overall, because I still can't jump like I used to be able to. I still can't dunk. It hurts. It just hurts to jump off my foot like that, and it's kind of awkward when I'm playing because I don't think about it hurting, but I don't know. It's almost like my body takes over and kind of doesn't let me do some of the stuff that I would just naturally do before, because I guess in the back of my mind, my head's thinking that it's going to hurt it. But we'll get there. I've been going to cryotherapy and physical therapy and all that stuff, just trying to get back to where I was.
Have you ever had a serious, luckily it wasn't broken, obviously, but have you ever had a serious injury before?
No, that was the first one.
Yeah, when you went down the Clinton ball games, you know immediately that this might be bad.
Yeah. That was one thing that I talked about with Coach Green and everything, and he was like, you just got to try to do your best to get back as fast as you can, because you've never been injured before and your pain tolerance is different than some people's would be, just because you've never really experienced it. And so, I just have to do everything I can to get back to where I was before.
I want to ask both of you, what was it like to play for Daddy Green this last week? A little bit different.
It's fun. Daddy Green, I love Daddy Green. He's a great guy. He's hard to play for. Coach Green is too, but sometimes it's kind of hard to hear him when the gym gets loud and stuff like that, and there's a lot of miscommunication that goes on, but I think he did a fine job. The games that we lost were definitely on us, and that was not his fault. It had nothing to do with missing Coach Green. It was just we didn't do our part as players, and we just got to hope to be better tonight.
Jonathan Millway.
Yeah, we talked about a lot about excuses and whether or not we hadn't practiced in 10 days or that we were getting over COVID. We had people hurt, our head coach was out, all that stuff. And like Jeremy said, it wasn't Daddy Green's fault. We just didn't execute. It was a lot different having Coach Green on FaceTime on the sideline rather than in person. It wasn't nearly as loud. But but Daddy Green knows basketball. I mean, the gym in Sweetwater is named after him. He knows basketball. He put us in the right position to win, but we couldn't execute at the time.
Jonathan, if you don't mind me asking, tell me about your COVID experience.
It was pretty mild. I just had a lot of congestion. I still have headaches sometimes when I wake up, but otherwise I was pretty much asymptomatic.
So are you guys going to help me on the TV this year? Are you going to come and kind of co-host a show like I know, Jonathan, you did it a couple times with me.
Well, if you text us.
Yeah.
I haven't gotten a text or a call.
Well, we'll do that here pretty soon. Guys, in fact, we're going to have some more radio interviews. You all are so serious here today. Maybe trying to erase. Coach Green's never lost 3 games in a row since he's been the head coach. Central's pretty good.
Why would you say that?
I'm just telling you that. I want you to know that before the game starts. How good is this Central team? What do you know about them?
They have a few good players. We know that we have to box out defense and rebounding, of course. The same thing every game, but more so today than other games. I know Greg can score. Number 2, he's a good scorer. We have to shut him down, especially on ball screens, and really just execute defensively, and our offense will come.
Well, I'm just going to let you go here. Any final comments before we close it out here?
No.
They say no. Good to see you. We're going to get the stats in here. We're at halftime of the girls' game, 36-10. That was Jeremy Miller, senior, and Jonathan Milloway, senior player. And let's get Mark in here and let him run down the first half statistics. 36-10, Lady Wildcats in the lead.
Thank you very much, David. As you said, Lady Wildcats on top, 36-10 over the Lady Bobcats of Central. Leading scorer tonight for Oak Ridge and for all players is Kamari Mr. She has 18 points in the first half, 7 of 8 from two-point land, 1 of 3 from beyond the three-point line, and 1 of 2 from the free throw line. Samaj Clark has added 7 for the Lady Wildcats. She's 2 of 4 for twos, 1 of 1 for threes. Also scoring for the Lady Wildcats, Gracie Herring has 8 interior points. She's 4 of 7 from the field. Hope Holt also scoring. She has a 3-pointer. She's 1 of 4 from beyond the three-point line. So as a team, the Lady Wildcats are 16 of 30 from the field. They're 13 of 20 from two-point land. They're 3 of 10 from beyond the three-point line, and they're 1 of 4 from the free throw line. Now looking at the Lady Bobcats of Central, they're led in scoring by, Candace Horner. She has 4 points. She's 2 of 2 from the field. With 2 points for the Lady Bobcats, Mackenzie Babb, she has 2 points. She's 1 of 5 from the field. Also with 2 points is Allie Gregory. She's 1 of 1 from the field. And Lexi Pendergrass rounds out the scoring for the Lady Bobcats. She has 2 as well, 1 of 1 from the field. As a team, the Lady Bobcats are 5 of 12 from the field. They're 5 of 10 from two-point land. They're 0 of 2 from beyond the three-point line, and they're 0 of 2 from the free throw line. Again, this is Marquez, where Lady Wildcats on top of the Lady Bobcats of Central by a score of 36-10. And we'll be back after this 1-minute timeout.
Are they coming back? Are they coming back? And we appreciate all of our sponsors, especially the ones that are helping us with basketball and our football sponsors. We just appreciate all our support that we've gotten from the community. We've had some people step up, some big fans, longtime fans, several from the class of the 50s that have helped us with our broadcast. We appreciate them. The Lady Wildcats get the ball first as we start play here in the second half, and they miss a shot, and down the floor will come the Central Lady Bobcats. Oak Ridge comes out in the third period with Hope Holt, Gracie Heron, along with Kamari Mitchell-Steen, Samaj Clark, Cannon Green. They get a 3 off, no good. Out of bounds to Oak Ridge. Lady Wildcats will have it, leading 36-10. 7.5 minutes to play in the third period. The boys' game will follow here on prepradio.com, Oak Ridge Schools Television Channel 15. We're also streaming live on the internet at Prep Radio. You can just go to YouTube. There's a walk against Samaj, turning the ball back over to Central. Just go to Prep Radio and then search for Prep Radio, and you'll see a ton of ball games, some of them as far back as the middle 80s. And just look for this one. We are streaming it live right now on YouTube, and we will have the boys' game as well. 36-10 is our score. John Oliver doing camera work, hopefully recording the ball game, along with Christian Rosas Rodriguez. Here's a steal by Kamari. Kamari's going to get a layup. Right-handed off the glass. She got hammered, but she still has the bucket. Addison Brewer came down there and really ran the court pretty well with her, actually, but couldn't stop the easy 2 points. 38-10, Lady Wildcats. Lady Wildcats, here's another steal by Kamari. Then the ball ripped out of her hands. She saves it again, and then it's going to be a jump ball, the alternate possession arrow to Central. Lady Wildcats are 98-1 against Central all time. The only loss that Oak Ridge had was here on this floor, Kara Jackson's very first year as the head coach, and then she was here for 2 years, and she won every ball game after that. Here's a steal by Oak Ridge. Here come the Lady Wildcats down the floor. Samaj Clark drives in for the shot, missed it. Samaj's game just a little bit off with her shooting. I thought some of them would be rusty, but I don't think Kamari's ever rusty, is she, Mark?
No, I've seen her play middle school and high school. I do not remember having too many off games at all.
And she's going to reach in and get another steal, and the alternate possession arrow this time will favor the Lady Wildcats. 38-10 our score. I'm going to say this once again, Campbell County will be our opponent on Thursday. That is not a game that's on your schedule, so if you're seeing that, it will be at Campbell County. It was scheduled for early December, but called off on actually 2 different occasions here because of COVID, obviously, and that'll be Thursday. We'll broadcast on, as Gracie gets a little bucket up good, on Prep Radio, Channel 15, and we'll try to stream it. It will not be a radio game for us. 30-point lead for the Lady Wildcats, 40-10 the score. I think we could have a running clock in our future here, Mark, as a reach-in foul is going to be called, I think, against Hope, maybe against Gracie. The official comes over the scores table to say it's going to go against Hope Holt. That'll be her 4th personal foul, and she'll have to come out of the ballgame. I didn't realize she had so many. 5:49 to play. As I look at the Oak Ridge bench, we don't have many players available. Oak Ridge, block shot by Kamari. She saves it, and but into the Lady Bobcats, and let's see if they can get another offense going. They launch a 3. It's no good. Rebound to Samaj. Samaj Clark with the basketball is going to bring the ball down the floor with a pass to Hope. Top of the key, dribbles in, floats one up, a little short. Rebound to Central. Pulled down by number 11 for them. That'll Mackenzie Babb. 40-10 the score, 5:24 to play here in the third period here on FM 92.7, FM 94.7. If you're driving to the ball game right now, it's easier to hear it on 94.7 in the Fountain City area as Oak Ridge runs the floor with Gracie Heron getting a layup. Good. It's a nice little fast break bucket there. And Gracie's got 12, and Oak Ridge leads 42-10. Nice running the floor. Coach Taylor has told me that Gracie's the first true post that she's had since she's been here in her being her 6th year, and still only a junior. A lot of potential in Gracie.
Yeah, there really is.
I was had a conversation with the Anderson County boys coach the other day, honestly, when we were in Alcoa, and he said something which really is true. He said every other team in the district is so jealous of the so jealous of the Wildcats because we were the only team in our whole district that has been playing, and it's almost a month since the other teams have been playing. All of them are cleared to play starting this week, but Oak Ridge was the only one, boys for sure, that only was able to kind of move through the break and get a chance to play as a foul's called against Central, and that'll send Oak Ridge to the free throw line. We will play Anderson County at home on Friday, and we announced this last week, but we are pleased to announce that the school has lifted the ban on streaming of the home ball games, and we will stream the video live on Prep Radio at least until the 19th, or at least until the governor and the TSSAA say that the restriction on fans is in place. The restrictions, obviously, you have to have your temperature taken and you have to have masks, but regular fans, as the Wildcats are going to get a steal, and guess who it is? That's number 2, the left-handed shot is good by Kamari Mitchell-Steen, and she's got 24 points here, 4:25 to play. The Lady Wildcats only have 3 substitutes available to play, so it's not like we're trying to run the score up here. We just don't have a whole lot of bodies here. And here's another steal by Oak Ridge and perhaps another layup. Kamari then has her pocket pick. Nice play by Lexi Pendergrass, the junior, and she's going to run the floor, go against Gracie, get a shot up, good. Just kind of tossed it up there. She didn't get the start, but actually I think she's played well for the Central Bobcats in this short period of time she's been in there.
Yeah, I recognize her for years past, and I think she started in the past, so I was really surprised to see her not starting tonight.
Who knows, she might be sick or something, just didn't get the start, but you're right, I've called her name for a long time. 3-pointers up and missed by Kamari. Oak Ridge's lead is 46-15. 3:43 to play here in the third period. I have a lot of people watching us on YouTube. Here's Gracie with a block shot. That time she blocked Lexi's shot. Down the floor with the basketball will come Oak Ridge to Cannon Greens. Might have walked, didn't get the call. Out it goes Lauren Hart for 3. Pushes it up there. It's up, no good. Strong rebound. Oh, great play. Kamari Mitchell-Steen. The carom was long off the rim. She grabbed it. Gracie was standing just right underneath the goal there, and it was an easy 2 points. The play was made by Kamari Mitchell-Steen, though.
Really nice play there by Kamari Mitchell-Steen. Gracie Herron was able to get her 14th point of the ball game, David.
I was going through all the restrictions, the fan situation, and Coach Mullins, the athletic director at Oak Ridge, has told me to be really careful of my wording as Central throws the ball away, and I will do that. I will read kind of what he and I got together on to say. Is you're pointing to something.
Number 30 now in the game for the Lady Wildcats for the first time, David. That'll be number 30, Katie LaFoon.
Yes, she is a freshman player from Robertsville, was on that state runner-up team last year at Robertsville Middle School. The restrictions on fans, they're going to try to restrict it, or the TSSAA wants it restricted, as the Lady Wildcats Samaj Clark launches a 3 to household members only. That means anybody living within the household of a player is allowed to come. In the case of step parents, that they're still working on that, so I don't want to make a definitive statement about that. Right now, no students will be allowed in our gym, and these restrictions will last until the 19th of January, and maybe rescinded after that. But right now, with all the COVID around, a lot of the games anyway have been very lightly attended anyway, as the Lady Wildcats watch them get a shot up, no good, but a foul is going to be called. A lot of them have been kind of sparse. The Clinton game at home was not sparsely attended. It was just like a regular Clinton ball game, but that's the restriction. So if you're a regular fan, even a season ticket holder, right now, unless you have a family member on the team, you will not be permitted in the Wildcat Arena on Friday.
And that's a little bit unfortunate, David, because you think that they would take in consideration how large the venue is, because Wildcat Arena is very large, and it lends itself very easily for social distancing.
Coach Mullins said that they're still working on the logistics, and if he's here tonight, maybe we'll get him up here and we'll talk to him about that. 51-16 the score. First toss is up, good. Second toss also good. 2 minutes to play here. Lady Wildcat lead is 51-17. The boys game will follow. The boys junior varsity won a tight one today. They knocked off Central. They were up most of the way. Central made a valiant comeback there at the end, but the Wildcat boys junior varsity actually wins the ball game. Here comes Cannon Green with a shot on its way. Good. Cannon Green with a 2-pointer. What's interesting about Cannon, if you look at her freshman year a year ago and her scoring this year, most of her points have been 3-point shots. A rare 2-pointer there for Cannon.
That was a nice shot, though, David. She drove in and improved her percentage as a shot's up. No good by Ladies Bobcats. The Central rebounded by the Lady Wildcats.
LaFoon has the rebound to Hope Holt. Works the ball down to Lauren Hart for the shot. Good. Nice ball movement again by the Lady Wildcats. 2 points for her. 55-17 the score. A minute 13 to play. I am so impressed with Coach Ben Collins' patience. In past years, he hasn't been quite as patient when we've had ball games here as they put up a shot no good. Might have been partially rejected. Note they say it was not. Emily Lindsay's in the ball game for the Lady Wildcats. She is wearing number 42. Lauren Hart is number 23. Cannon Green's in the ball game. She is number 24. Hope Holt is 34. And the other player for Oak Ridge is Katie LaFoon, freshman player from Robertsville. She's in the ball game. Her first action, I believe. She's also in the ball game for the Lady Wildcats wearing number 30. Missed shot rebounded by Central. Then it's a jump ball with 52.9 seconds to play. Lady Wildcats are up 55-17. Surprised we don't have a running clock here as the Central Lady Bobcats will work the ball in, and it comes from Addison Brewer in a moment. 55-17 is our score. Oak Ridge in the lead, 52 seconds to play. Central ball. 5-second count is on. Bounce pass comes inside. They get a shot off. No good. Rebounded by LaFoon. On the floor goes to Hope Holt. Pushes it. Big pass to Hope Holt. Saved by Emily Lindsay. Backs it up to Cannon Green. To Hope. Top of the key for three on its way. No good. Oh, Emily Lindsay had a big rebound. She got knocked down by, well, not actually to the floor, but knocked away by her teammate, both battling for the rebound. And Coach Teller won't be upset about that because you had two girls battling to get a rebound.
Yeah, and it was a great job. I mean, she did a great job of slipping in there and getting position for that rebound, she being Emily Lindsay.
Here comes Central setting it up with 17 seconds to play. Bounce pass goes down on the left block. They work the ball in for a shot. It's no good. Missed that time by Houston, another freshman for them. Central ball. They want to shoot a three. It's a double dribble. She took one dribble, stopped, thought about shooting a three, then realized there's nobody there. I'm going to dribble again, and turns the ball over. Just a young player's mistake here. 4.5 seconds to play third quarter. It's been all Oak Ridge, Mark. 55-17.
Yeah, it has. As we wait for one of the Lady Bobcats to tie her shoe, Lady Wildcats will have the ball in rear court as they try to get it in to Hope Holt. They do. She has a hard time getting past midcourt. Takes her three-point shot. No good. And we're at the end of the quarter where Oak Ridge leads 55-17.
We'll take a break. We'll send it back to Brian Bennett. We'll be back to Central High School 55-17, as Mark said. Back in 60 seconds. Welcome back once again to Central High School. Lady Wildcats up 55-17. I think we should have a running clock here, Mark, but it's 55-17. Wildcats will get the ball first, so we start play here in the fourth period. With the basketball will come Samaj Clark, Gracie Heron, a little six-footer. It's going to be short. Hustle rebound by Samaj and Kamari. They battle and get it, and Samaj will set it up once again. Along the baseline, thought about a reverse layup, backs it up to Kamari, who attacks the paint, gives it in to Gracie. Gracie over to Cannon. Cannon Green kicks the ball back out. Samaj, top of the key, three-pointer, no good. Gracie on the rebound, back up, good. Gracie Heron puts it in, and Oak Ridge leads Central 57-14, a 40-point lead, 7:23 to play in the game.
I believe Central has 17, actually, so it should be a 40-point lead for the Lady Wildcats.
Yeah, I believe it's a 35-point when they running clock, so hopefully they'll start that soon as a reach-in foul is going to be called, but they do stop the clock. Should be a running clock with a 40-point lead, 57-17 the score. It'll be the Central Bobcats with the basketball underneath the goal. 57-17 the score. It'll be Central to work the ball in. 7:10 to play. They throw the ball away. Off the fingertips, I believe, of Samaj Clark. 7:10 to play. You'd think the officials would come over and tell them that, but we'll see. I don't know. They haven't played in a while, so actually Central might need some extra time. Oak Ridge could use some extra game time as well.
Yeah, they're good, and they've got a lot of their, well, not right now, but earlier they had a lot of their bench players in, which is good.
They haven't even started the clock. Now he does as Central sets up the offense. Here goes the Bobcats with it. Here's a steal by Cannon. Cannon Green with it, pushes it up the floor to Samaj. Makes an over-the-shoulder catch, gives it into Kamari, goes in for the shot. No good. Does draw the foul with 6:55 to play. So I figured out here, the clock only stops when Central has the ball, Mark. It'll be Oak Ridge going to the free throw line with Kamari Mitchell-Steen. 57-17 the score, and official comes over the scores table to run the clock here. Kamari's toss is on its way. Good. 58-17 the score. 25 points in the ball game for the senior Lady Wildcat, who will be playing college ball, as Coach Pruden has just texted me here, and it'll be Central basketball. Mark, why don't you tell Coach Pruden how she can watch the ball game right now? She wants to know if the games have started. Don't be wrong. You don't want to catch the wrath of Jill Pruden as the ball is knocked out of bounds. Last touch by Oak Ridge. 6 minutes to play in the ball game. Oak Ridge on top, 56-17 the score. It'll be Central basketball underneath the goal. Lady Wildcats playing with Hope Holt, Kamari Mitchell-Steen, Gracie Heron, Cannon Green, and Samaj Clark. Oak Ridge will play Campbell County, the big district ball game on Thursday. Ball's loose on the floor. Central gets a shot off. No good. It's pinned between the rim and the backboard, and that'll be a jump ball. And the alternate possession here will give Campbell County the basketball. Moving left to right here, 56-17 the score as the ball's knocked down by Kamari. J.D. Lambert, the athletic director of Central High School, tosses it in there. I thought he was going to go in there and try to dunk it. He didn't get a chance to do that. 5:20 to play in the ballgame. 56-17, running clock here at Fountain City. Jim, Central High School, the Lady Bobcats will work the ball in. Addison Brewer. They initially said it would be Oak Ridge's ball, but that is not the case. 5:07 to play. Down the floor with the basketball will come the Central Lady Bobcats. Bounce pass comes off in the corner. Central ball. Top of the circle, they've got number 21, Addison Brewer. Last year I think they only scored 17 points total in a ball game. Here's a steal by Kamari. Kamari's going to get a layup, pushed from the backside, good, and she is fouled. At that point, Addison Brewer, the freshman, probably just needs to let her go. I know she didn't want it, but it's an easy one as Katie LaFoon, Lauren Hart, and Emily Lindsay are about to check into the ball game. 4.5 minutes to play in the ball game, 56-17. Here comes Katie in the ball game. I mentioned she's from Robertsville. A lot of potential in her. Plays hard. Watched her play last year at Robertsville as Gracie Heron and looks like Hope Holt's coming out of the ball game. Kamari to the free throw line, 58-17, trying to make it a three-point play the hard way, the old way, as the shot is good. Now Kamari's going to take a seat, and she's going to be replaced by Lauren. Really nice night again for Kamari Mitchell-Steen, just about every other Lady Wildcat.
Yeah, Kamari finished today with 28 points. Very impressive night tonight for Kamari Mitchell-Steen in particular.
Down the floor with the basketball will come the Central Lady Bobcats. 59-17 the score. 3:48 to play. Their basketball for a moment, then they throw the ball away. Lady Wildcats will have it. Talk just for a second here.
I was just thinking it's not a bad night for Kamari Mitchell-Steen. With 28 points, it's one thing to be the all-time leader, or not the all-time, but the game leading scorer. But she actually has more points than the Lady Bobcats. So not only has she outscored her fellow teammates, but she's outscored the combination of the other team.
Timeout was asked for out on the floor. It's a full timeout. Let's send it to Brian Bennett. We'll be back to Central. 59-17 Lady Wildcats. Back in 30 seconds.
this a ball game or is it a funeral? Correct answer is both.
Campbell County's pretty good. So.
They always are.
Thanks a lot. We are back at Central High School, 59-17. The boys University won their ball game in a close one today. The girls are on top 59-17, and not so much of a close ball game, but as I've mentioned, to Central's credit, they've got a lot of young players out here. As a foul is going to be called against Central. They've got a really young roster, a lot of freshmen, and Ben Collins, their head coach, has got to be patient with them, and eventually, hopefully for Central, they'll be good. 59-17, Oak Ridge has it. Lauren Hart with the basketball, top of the circle, dribbles in. Now it's pad the stats time, maybe. Maybe Emily Lindsay can get on the scoring barrage as Samaj Clark launches a three, no good. Rebounded by Cannon. Cannon Green backs it up to Samaj once again inside to LaFoon. LaFoon kicks the ball to Cannon. Cannon head fakes, drives, will not shoot. Samaj will from about 8, a little short. Rebound to Central. Pulling down the board for them is Allie Gregory. 2 minutes, 50 seconds to play in the ball game. 59-17. The boys' game will follow here from Central High School on FM 92.7, FM 94.7, prepradio.com. We're also streaming live on YouTube at Prep Radio. Central gets the ball down low. LaFoon doesn't back down. The shot is missed. The rebound to Central. LaFoon still fighting, but I think they might call a foul on the floor against Katie LaFoon. It'll be Central basketball underneath the goal. Addison Brewer will work the ball in. 2:19 to play in the ball game. It's all Oak Ridge. 59-17. Boys game will follow. Central gets Allie Gregory out of the ball game. New player comes in for them. 2 minutes to play here. 59-17. Central, 5-second count is on. Yet to get the ball in, they do not. 5-second call against the Lady Bobcats. 59-17. I was interested to hear, and I don't know if you heard Jonathan and Jeremy talk to me, Jonathan Milloway and Jeremy Miller, talking about the culture of Oak Ridge basketball. They have not played the last 2 ball games, and they hope to change that starting again tonight, which I thought was really cool. They said it had nothing to do with Coach Green not being with them. It was all on them, their losses last week at Alcoa. Of course, they've had some injuries, no practices. I can make those excuses, but I love the fact that Samaj launches a shot no good, rebounded by Emily Lindsay, back up with a shot no good. I like the fact that they are not making excuses for their poor plays. LaFoon's shot is blocked, gets her own rebound, ripped out of her hands, taken away by Central. Minute 19 to play. The boys' game will follow here in a minute. They get a shot up, good. They score, I believe, with the bucket for them was number 33. And that's not, she's not on my roster. LaFoon gets a shot up. Good! Katie LaFoon with her first varsity bucket here with a minute to play here. 61-19. The Lady Wildcats in the lead. Here comes Central down the floor. Your thoughts on what Jonathan and Jeremy said?
I think it's great for them to take ownership, David. I mean, so many people these days don't take ownership of that, and I think it shows a lot of maturity by both of those seniors for the Wildcats.
Central gets a 3 off. It's on its way. A little strong. No good. Central on the rebound. Coming down with the board. They get a shot up. No good. Another foul is going to be called against Katie, and it'll send Central to the free throw line. 61-19. Lady foul was Houston, freshman player. She'll go to the free throw line. Central wearing white, orange, or red and black. Speaking of orange, that'll be the color that we'll see on Thursday night when the Wildcats travel to Campbell County. 6 o'clock girls game, boys game 7:30, Friday at home against Anderson County. Back to the free throw line, Central. First toss, good. Second toss, no good. Then knocked out of bounds by Shedrick, a freshman for the Central Lady Bobcats. This will probably be the final trip down the floor. 61-20. The Lady Wildcats have the lead here. And here comes Oak Ridge. They're putting some pressure in the rear court, surprisingly. Here comes to Emily Lindsay. 16 seconds to play. Cannon Green with the basketball. The Clinton ball game, originally called off back in December, has been rescheduled for the 14th of this month. Make a note of it. As the final seconds are ticked down, the Wildcats have defeated the Central Lady Bobcats by a final score of 61-20. So congratulations to the Lady Wildcats. They now go 2-0. And the last time they played, they lost a ball game at Stone Memorial High School. That memory, a distant memory, for two reasons. For one, they won this ball game. The other reason, it was a long time ago since they left.
Distance.
A lot of distance between games. Lady Wildcats win. We're going to take a quick break. I'll speak to Coach Taylor a little bit later on. Mark will have the stats. Then we'll have the broadcast of Oak Ridge and Central, the boys game, here on FM 92.7, FM 94.7, prepradio.com, Oak Ridge Schools Television Channel 15, streaming the video live on YouTube at Prep Radio. Once again, the final score of the ball game, Lady Wildcats win it
61-20.
And we'll be back to Central High School in 3 minutes. That's terrible and good at the same time. Oh, man. Welcome back once again to Central High School. Joining me is the head coach of the Lady Wildcats, Coach Paige Taylor. Coach, first off, congratulations. You and I were just talking. I'm going to talk about the game in a moment. We were just talking about what a difference it makes in a gym where there's no cheerleaders, limited amount of fans. It's not a bad crowd here. It's but right. Just it was really quiet in here.
Yeah, you know, I told them before the game, you know, we've got to have some intensity, because I was thinking about just the way we need to play, and I got out here and I'm like, wait a second, like it's almost like a practice, and or scrimmage, where this, and we got to create our own atmosphere here, and I think we did a pretty good job.
Yeah, you actually played well. I'm going to ask you about that. How much have you been able to practice? I know you weren't able to go to the tournament in Maryville because you had some illness. How much have you been able to practice since Stone Memorial, I guess?
We played Stone Memorial on Tuesday. We practiced on Wednesday, and our first practice after that was Sunday, past Sunday.
I kind of
We've
figured.
had 3 practices since Stone Memorial.
What did you see? Conditioning still an issue, and that's one thing you've.
I'm actually shocked that we were could play because we've practiced well for 2 days. The first day back on Sunday, I thought it was going to be just horrendous, and I was actually shocked with how it wasn't. And I thought I was curious about game shape. Practicing and playing are 2 different types of being in shape. And I thought it was good. We changed up our defense a little bit yesterday, trying to realize we may have to make up some difference for being out of shape and different things. And I think what we did today for just putting in a new defense yesterday was we played it pretty well.
Yeah, you played pretty well. I honestly can't think of any negative side of the ball game, really. I mean, after playing so long, Kamari had her typical ball game. She outscored Central as a team, but I thought everybody else played well. You ran the floor well, and you played really good solid defense, and you rebounded well.
Yeah, I think so too. I was most impressed. We shared the ball really well. I felt like, we were very unselfish, and like I said, putting in something new the day before a game and then using this as an opportunity to work on it. I thought our girls did really, really well and got better with it. I don't think it looked like we had only practiced 3 days in the last 3 weeks and no games, but knock on wood, it continues.
Coach, your schedule continues to change, and obviously you have a makeup ball game Thursday. Tough place to play. You're going to go up to Campbell County. The level of the game is going to have to be at this level and greater on Thursday.
Absolutely. That's always been a tough place for us to play. It's a tough team. It's a well-coached team, and I would say it's a great basketball atmosphere to play in. It's going to be a lot different, but it will still be a good atmosphere for us, and we'll definitely have to improve between now and then.
Coach, I'm going to talk to Coach Mullins at halftime of this boys game here, but I'll just ask you a preliminary question. Who will be allowed in our gym on Friday in terms of fans?
Yeah, I think it's pretty standard. That was set by TSSAA. It's household family members. It's step parents and siblings, and it's grandparents.
Has Campbell County said anything to you all about it?
No, actually before all of this happened, when we were scheduled to play December 22nd, it was only 2 fans per player at Campbell County.
Wow.
So I don't know what that's going to look like. Hopefully it's going to look like what the TSSAA has set, but it could be different.
Madison Brady has graduated, but I remember they had some guards that are pretty good. What do you know about Campbell County?
I know they've got one guard that's a really good shooter. I think they are somewhat rebuilding.
Decisive fashion here, and let me get Mark in here real quick with the statistics, and we'll get him in here in a second. Okay, Mark, you've got the final statistics.
Yes, thank you very much. Sorry, I was doing my second job here. Okay, leading scorer for the Lady Wildcats, Kamari Mitchell-Steen, outscoring all scorers tonight with 18 points. She was 11 of 15 from the field, 5 of 7 from the free throw line, also in double figures. Gracie Heron, nice night by her. She had 16 points, right behind Kamari Mitchell-Steen. She was 8 of 12 from the field. With 10 points was Shamaz Clark. She was 4 of 12 from the field. Also scoring for Lady Wildcats, Hope Holt added 3 points. She was 1 of 6 from three-point land. 2 points by Lauren Hart. She was 1 of 2 from the field. Cannon Green also with 2 points, 1 of 3 from the field. And Katie LaFoon came off the bench to add 2 points for Lady Wildcats. She was 1 of 2 from the field. As a team, the Lady Wildcats were 27 of 54 from the field. They were 5 of 9 from the free throw line. Breaking down their field position, they were 23 of 39 from two-point land. They were 4 of 16, so 25% from three-point land. And as I said, they were 5 of 9 from the line. Leading scorer for the Lady Bobcats was Mackenzie Bass. She had 5 points. She was 2 of 6 from the field. With 4 points was Alexi Pennegar. She was 2 of 2 from the free throw line. Allie Gregg. From 2-point land, 0 of 5 from beyond the 3-point line, and they were 4 of 7 from the free throw line. Lady Wildcats led the entire game. They led at the end of the first quarter, 19-6. They outscored the Lady Bobcats 17-4 in the second quarter to take a 36-10 lead at the half. In the third quarter, again, the Lady Wildcats outscoring the Lady Bobcats.
In 2 minutes.
Let me get. They're telling me the stream's off, so.
Probably should have waited till Paige's interview was done. Okay. Yeah. No. I don't know. Somebody just said we didn't get to hear the last part. Hold on. Here we go. Make sure.
Oh, thank you, Dave. Unlike the Lady Wildcats, the guys have been able to play through the break, but unfortunately are currently on a 2-game losing streak. Without Coach Aaron Green to guide them, the Wildcats dropped games last week in Alcoa to Greenville and Webb. The Wildcats' 2-game losing streak is the longest since losing to Beard and Sevier County to close out the 2019 season. Oak Ridge hasn't lost 3 in a row ever in Coach Green's tenure, and you have to go back to the final 3 games under Barry Wortman in 2010 since this has happened. The Wildcats are getting healthier and have actually been able to practice for the first time since before Christmas. They were able to have 3 walkthrough practices, but haven't had any full practices until this past weekend. Oak Ridge senior Jeremy Miller says he is near 100%, but still has some soreness, and the ailing Wildcats are much better too. Oak Ridge will be without the services of Preston Turner tonight, but he is the only missing Wildcat. Central will be playing their first game since Knott County was shut down, so like Oak Ridge, could be a bit rusty. They do have wins over Farragut and Jefferson County and a common loss to West. They were scheduled to play Carnes and Halls, but those scores weren't reported and supposedly not played. Oak Ridge has won 20 straight games against Central, with the last Central win coming in 2011 during Coach Green's first season as the Oak Ridge head coach. Oak Ridge leads the series 81-26 since the first game in 1944. Last season, Oak Ridge won 68-56 at Oak Ridge and 87-56 here at Central. Tonight, the Wildcats try to bounce back from back-to-back losses against a very good Central team. We need to take another break, and when we come back, we will have the starting lineups and the tip-off at Oak Ridge and Central here on FM 92.7, prepradio.com, YouTube at Prep Radio, and Channel 15. We'll be back in 3 minutes.
Thank you. And we are live back once again here at Central High School. The boys' game about to get set. Mark, I believe you've got the starting lineups.
Thank you very much. Starting for Central, they'll come out with Jalen Harris, followed by Greg Moore, Luke Ferguson, Darian Bailey, and Zach Martin. Starting for the Wildcats, they'll come out with Kel Slater, Jonathan Stewart, Lucas Searcy, Jonathan Milloway, and Jeremy Miller.
So basically the starting five we've seen several times. Of course, Lucas rejoining us. Lucas had a little bout with the COVID as well, and he's back with the team. It'll be the Wildcats to jump with Jonathan Milloway. And the Wildcats wearing their grays, Cardinal. They'll jump with number 1 for them. That'll be Jalen Harris. He's 6'3". He is a senior. The officials are ready, and we're about to get underway from Fountain City Central High School. Controlled easily by the Wildcats, then knocked out of bounds. They say last touched by Kel Slater. It'll be Central with the basketball. In Coach Green's tenure, I said this to Jeremy and Jonathan, he has never lost 3 ball games in a row. The Wildcats are on a 2-game losing streak right now.
Yeah, you don't want to be that person. You do not want to be that person, David.
Yeah, Jonathan said, why did you tell me that? As the ball's worked in, and it comes to Greg Moore. He is 6'3". He is a senior. They work the ball to the free throw line, driving with it. Here's a deflection, knocked out of bounds by Jeremy Miller. Andy Hill is the head coach of the Central Bobcats, and he is very vocal, as you might be able to hear in this somewhat sparse crowd here at Central. Here's the lob in, then it comes to number 2. Once again, Moore. Guarded by Kel Slater. The Wildcats and Central Bobcats, 0-0 our score, just underway. First quarter action. Central has not played a ball game since November, which is hard to believe. Here's an NBA range 3. It's up no good. Jeremy Miller on the rebound for the Wildcats. Jeremy pushes it up the floor, dribbles in, turns to the free throw line, shoots from there. A little strong, no good. Rebound Central. Coming down with the board for them will be Moore once again. Pushes it up the floor to number 4. That'll be Bailey. Darian Bailey at the free throw line, guarded by Kel. Works the ball right, and a little bit of a bump. And a foul is going to be called against Jonathan Stewart of the Wildcats as he kind of just got a little bit of the body of Jalen Harris. It'll be Central ball. Played almost 45 seconds. We have no score here at Central. To work the ball in, Darian Bailey. And it comes to number 30 in the ball game. That is Ahmad Belton Jr. They work the ball to the right side. Good defense by Oak Ridge. And near walk there. They get a shot off the glass. Good. Knocked in by Belton, and the Wildcats trail it 2-0. 7 minutes to play in the first quarter. Coach Aaron Green back with the Wildcats. Did not coach any of the 3 ball games played at Alcoa. He tested positive, but he's back with them now, wearing his mask as he coaches. Jonathan Stewart stripped to the ball. The Wildcats turn the ball over. Had a great start here, and here they come with a layup blocked by Lucas. Foul's going to be called. Lucas thought he got all ball, but they're going to call a foul against the junior Wildcat, and that's going to send Central to the free throw line. 2-0 our score. 6 minutes, 44 seconds to play. First period. To the free throw line for them will go Greg Moore. As I mentioned, he's a senior. Called his name for several years. 6'3". They list him at 140. His free throw is good. 3-0 Central. Coach Green doesn't look happy down there on the sidelines.
If I remember correctly, David, and I'm sure that you do, Greg Moore, he can really light it up from three-point land.
He can. Missed free throw there, though. Rebounded by the Wildcats. Milloway. Kel to Jonathan Stewart. Layup. Here it is. He's fouled. Fouled by Greg Moore. And out on the floor there is Coach Andy Hill. I remember last year him inciting the crowd here to every call that went against Central. They were very adamant. They didn't like it. I honestly think we have more fans here than they do.
I believe we do, David. Looking at the stands across from us, and there's hardly anybody behind us up here. As Jonathan Stewart's first free throw is up, no good. I see a lot of Oak Ridge Wildcat fans, both the Lady Wildcats and the boys.
3-0 our score. Jonathan missed the first toss. Second toss, too strong too, and it's rebounded by Central. So the Wildcats trail it 3-0. Wildcats back on defense. Here comes Central, moving left to right. They get the ball across the line. Here it goes to Belton. They set for a 3, clanging off the iron, no good. Milloway on the rebound, got banged pretty hard, no call. Down the floor with the basketball will come Kel Slater. Kel with it across the key for 3. Milloway up, no good. Wildcats one and done. Here comes Central down the floor. Coach Green folds his hands and arms and kind of puts his hands up as they launch a 3. It's no good. Rebounded by Milloway. Milloway to Kel. 6 minutes to play here in the first quarter. The Wildcats down 3-0. Oak Ridge ball. Here comes Jonathan Milloway. What the Wildcats struggled with, and here's another turnover. What the Wildcats struggled with at Alcoa is there's a walk. was turnovers and the inability to score in those ball games, and this is a high-scoring offense.
What I remember about the Alcoa games, David, is they really struggled to hit their free throws.
In that ball game, the next two ball games, they could not get the lid off the rim. For sure, as the Wildcats, Jeremy Miller at the free throw line finds Milloway free, drives in for the shot, and he's fouled. Personal foul is going to be called against Central. And with 5:41 to play here in the first quarter, it'll be Jonathan Milloway to the free throw line for the Oak Ridge Wildcats. Mark, what does Jonathan shoot from the free throw line? Typically an 80% free throw shooter, but has dropped just a bit. And it will be ruled not in the act of shooting, so it'll be Oak Ridge basketball. Wildcats working into Jeremy Miller. Miller at the free throw line, drives to his position, takes the shot, no good. Rebounded by Central. Wildcats still yet to score. We've almost played 2.5 minutes of this game. With the basketball comes Central. 3-0. They lead. They haven't shot the ball much better. Here it goes out to number 3. That'll be Luke Ferguson. They drive the baseline, and their blocking foul is going to be called perhaps against Jonathan Stewart. And if that's the case, that'll be his second. It is going to be Jonathan's second foul, and we could ill afford. He honestly, really, of the players last week, might have played the best of any of the Wildcats. Not a shooting foul. It'll be Central ball. 5-second count is on. They get it into Moore in the right corner, and then he turns the ball over. 5:19 to play. The Wildcats, I was talking to Jonathan Milloway yesterday and Jeremy Miller as well. We might be the most scouted team in District 3. We're the only team that has played, and all of our games have been on YouTube for the most part, as Oak Ridge works it out. Jonathan Stewart fakes the 3, pulls up baseline jumper, no good. Rebound, Lucas Searcy. Lucas wants to go right back up with a shot, and he's going to be fouled. We might be the most scouted. I know the Anderson County coach, Derek Wallace, watched every ball game. I'm assuming everybody else watched it live and have watched it on tape as well, as Lucas will go to the free throw line. Foul is called against Central. Team foul number 3. It'll be Lucas Hershey to the free throw line. Had a bout with COVID, missed the first 2 ball games at Alcoa, knocks down the first free throw, and 3 minutes into the ball game, the Wildcats are finally on the board, Mark.
Yeah, that's very unusual. As Central brings in another player, number 32, that'll be Elijah Foster. As Lucas Hershey goes to the line for his second shot. His first one was good, and as he said, got Wildcats on the board.
Second toss, also good. Lucas, a good shooter, makes it a 3-2 ball game. 5 minutes to play first period. Down the floor will come Central. They'll bring the ball to the midcourt line, and then the Wildcats get a steal. Jeremy Miller, Kel Slater, and the Wildcats lead right now as Kel gets the layup. Good trapping defense there by Oak Ridge, creates offense for the Wildcats, and Oak Ridge has his first lead of 4-3. Here's another steal by Kel, and Stafford Shanklin, a layup good. So the Wildcats pressure defense, creating offense for the Wildcats, and they needed some kind of spark like that.
What great court presence by Jeremy Miller, David, on that last play down there. Central comes down and scores with, let's see, number 4, I believe, Darian Bailey, as the referee stops the game. Not quite sure why. I don't know if it's a warning or what.
It was a warning on number 1, Jalen Harris. He's the one, I believe, who got the bucket, and then he pushed the ball away so the Wildcats couldn't inbound it. 6-5 Oak Ridge, 4:25 to play first quarter. Here comes Oak Ridge down the floor with the basketball. Kel Slater to Lucas Searcy, top of the circle, looks down low to Milloway, can't get the ball to him. The Wildcats got to move the ball. Here he goes to Kel Slater, got it up high by Moore, facing a zone. They work it out to Lucas once again. The Wildcats trying to attack the zone. Kel's got to do some penetrating here. Finds Jeremy Miller, top of the key. Made a little bit of an awkward stop. Kel holds the ball. Got to get into an offense here, and Kel's going to drive in. He lost the ball. Turned it over. Taken on the floor by Central. Here comes the Bobcats down the floor in a 6-5 ball game. Shot is up, no good. And a reach-in foul is going to be called against Oak Ridge. Wildcats struggling to get into an offense right now, and Coach Green not happy at all. And we're about to get Flip Thompson in the ball game. You know, nothing against Kel Slater. He's had some great ball games, but he's the quarterback here. He has got to keep the offense flowing here.
Yeah, he really does. He kind of has to push the pace. As I was talking earlier, really, as the first free throw up by Moore is up and good, he now has 2 points in the ball game. They're both from the free throw line. But what a great play Jeremy Miller had. He forced a turnover and had the court presence enough to make a pass in the air down to Kel Slater.
Kel Slater is out of the ball game. Flip Thompson is going to take over at the point. The Wildcats have Stafford Shankland in the ball game. Lucas Searcy, Jonathan Milloway, Jeremy Miller. Stafford with it, harassed up high by number 32, Elijah Foster. Works the ball backdoor. Great play. Wildcat Stafford Shankland scores. Worked around a couple screens and found himself wide open, and the Wildcat lead is once again 1. 8-7 our score. Oak Ridge pressuring in the rear court. With the basketball, Foster works it across the line to Harris. Drives right to the baseline, walking all over the place with the basketball. Official didn't see it that way. There's a walk. Queener called it. The other two watched and were spectators. And it's a turnover for the Central Bobcats. He missed the first walk. Coach Green still arguing. And he's not going to get it, but luckily Queener's on this floor with these two other guys.
Central got a 2-for-1 on that one. They got 2 walks and one got called for 1.
8-7 is our score. The Wildcats in the lead. 3:15 to play first quarter. Flip with it. Over goes Jeremy Miller. Long 3. Up, no good. Rebound, foul called. And it's going to be a personal foul, I believe, against Lucas Searcy, and that'll be Lucas's second. Lucas has had a tendency to get into foul trouble. We can't afford to get him into foul trouble tonight. Jonathan Stewart already on the Oak Ridge bench with 2, and I see Jamison Updegraft is taking off his warm-up, and he's going to be entering the game in a moment for Lucas. Here comes Jalen Harris to work the ball in, and it comes to Bailey. Bailey back to Harris. He brings the ball across the line. Breaks the press this time. Oak Ridge by 1, 8-7. They drive in. 6-footer, flat shot, no good. Lucas Searcy on the rebound. 8-7 Oak Ridge, 2:55 to play in the first period. Lucas fires a pass out here to the right, deflected out of bounds by Central. The Oak Ridge basketball side court. 2:50 to play here in the first quarter in an 8-7 ball game. Lucas Searcy will check out of the ball game. Oak Ridge ball. Jeremy Miller working into Jonathan Milloway. Harassed up high, finds Stafford Shankland free. Back to Flip. Flip drives free throw line. There's Stafford. Won't take the 3. Flip bite. Top of the circle. Holding the ball. Now will penetrate. Gets a screen. Backs it up. Stafford has a 3 if he wants. The Wildcats just standing around. Stafford stops. Gives it over to Jeremy. Jeremy drives in against the post. The press. Here's Jamison for 3. No good. Rebounded by Bailey. Here comes the Bobcats down the floor. 2:25 to play. Oak Ridge just not playing really good ball right now.
No, the ball movement looks a little clunky right now, David, as you said. I mean, just, they're playing well defensively, very aggressive, but offensively it seems a little out of sort.
Here they come, top of the circle. Once again, it goes to Bailey. Bailey harassed by Flip. No foul called there. Coach Green wanted one. Little contact, but not a foul worthy. 2 minutes to play first quarter, 8-7 Oak Ridge. Moore with the basketball. Dribbles right. Hands it off to number 15 in the ball game. That's Perez. They launch a high arcing 3. No good. Milloway has the board. Here comes Oak Ridge down the floor up by 1. Quickly to Jeremy Miller. Got to get him involved. Jeremy drives to the baseline. No place to go. Kicks it out Milloway. Attacking the zone has been difficult. Here's Jamison Updegraft with it. Harassed up high. Wildcats give it over to Milloway. Milloway to Flip around the perimeter. Got a screen. Got a 3. Shoots it. It was good, but it won't count because a moving screen has been called against Oak Ridge. Milloway is going to be called for his second foul, so Lucas Searcy is going to come into the game for him. Jonathan Stewart is on the bench with 2. Lucas has 2. Now Jonathan has 2, and a timeout is called by the Wildcats. 94 seconds to play first quarter. 8-7 Oak Ridge. We'll send it back to Brian Bennett. We'll be back to Central in 30 seconds.
Fouls every time he touches something. Every time he starts.
It's not showing up on the.
Thanks a lot. We are back here at Central High School. Milloway stays in the ball game for the Wildcats. Oak Ridge has an 8-7 ball game lead. 1:34 to play first quarter. Oak Ridge will put pressure in the rear court. Playing with Jeremy Miller, Jonathan Stewart back in the ball game. Kel Slater's back in. Lucas Searcy. Kel almost a steal there. Central saves it, and they'll set up their offense once again. And it comes to Darian Bailey. Bailey top of the circle. Wildcats got to be aggressive on defense as they work the ball right. Back to the top of the perimeter they go. They work it to the corner. Will he shoot a three? No, he will not. That's Foster. Backs it up once again. The Wildcats still playing good, playing solid zone right now. As they work the ball around to the right, here it goes to Moore. Moore goes back door along the baseline. Here's the jumper. It's up. Good. They score with Jalen Harris, his fourth, and the Wildcats trail by 1. 9-8 the score. Down the floor, Oak Ridge. Here it goes to Jonathan Stewart, and he is poked in the eye and fouled. Personal foul will go against Jalen Harris. That'll be Jalen's second personal foul. Central to substitute into the ball game. Number 3, Luke Ferguson, 6'3", senior player, and out of the game will come Jalen Harris. 58 seconds to play first quarter, 9-8 Central. Wildcats still yet to get any points from Jonathan Milloway. The Wildcats work it out to Lucas Searcy. Dribbles and penetrates. Lost the dribble. Saved away by Jonathan. Knocked out of bounds by the new guy back in the ballgame, Ferguson. It'll be Oak Ridge basketball side court. 9-8 the score. The Wildcats have just got to figure out how to attack zones.
Yeah, they do, and typically you do that with three-point shooting, but they've kind of extended their zone. They're not giving up three-point shots.
Oak Ridge basketball, Jonathan Stewart left block to Lucas Searcy, drives in, gets a shot up. No good. Rebound, Central. Here come the Bobcats. Here they come down the floor. They lead by 1. They're going to get a shot off, and it's good. They score off the glass with Greg Moore, and the Wildcats trail 11-8. Down the floor will come Kel Slater. Kel penetrates left, gives it off to Jonathan. Three-pointer, left corner, no good. On the rebound will come Central. 11-8 our score. Coast to coast. That's got to be a charge, and it is. Nicely set up there by Kel Slater. That is the second foul on that young man. 11-8 the score. 21.6 seconds to play first quarter. Oak Ridge basketball playing with Jeremy Miller, Kel Slater, Jonathan Stewart, Jonathan Milloway, Lucas Searcy. Oak Ridge ball. And it comes. 21 seconds to play and counting. The Wildcats will hold for the final shot here. Kel looks over to Coach Green, has the play. Against the zone, extended, 12 seconds to play. Kel with it over to Jeremy Miller. Miller looks back door, had Kel early, couldn't get the ball to him. Down to 6 seconds. Here's Lucas, three-pointer, top of the key, no good. Rebound, Milloway battles, can't get it as the first quarter comes to a close. So we play one quarter basketball here at Central High School, and the Wildcats trail it 11-8. We'll send it back to Brian Bennett. We'll be back in 60 seconds.
Coming up at half. I arranged it.
You're good, man.
Man, it is hot, man.
Welcome back once again to Central High School. David Clary, Marquez, John Oliver, Christian Rosas Rodriguez. The Wildcats turn the ball over again. Layup. He missed it. The Wildcats got it lucky. Kel Slater pushed it up the floor to Jonathan Stewart. Inside, throws the ball away, intending it for Jeremy Miller. Too many turnovers in this one. Central, a good, quick basketball team, has the lead. They haven't played since November, but you wouldn't know it by the hustle and the way they're playing. 11-8 Central, 7:34 to play long. High three, up no good. Rebound, Kel. Kel slithers through the defense, turns the ball over again. Then the Wildcats' Lucas Searcy reaches in and ties him up, and the alternate possession arrow will give Central the basketball. Way too many turnovers, Mark.
Yeah, I've got Kel with 3, Jonathan Stewart with 2, Lucas Searcy 1, and Jonathan Milloway with 1.
11-8 our score. Kel's out again. Flip Thompson's going to come back in. You got to control the ball. If you're the point guard, you've got to control the basketball. Here comes Central down the floor. With the basketball will come Bailey, and then Bailey has the ball knocked out of bounds by the Wildcats. Oak Ridge is putting some pressure. They had a little flurry where they put the full court press and got them a little bit of offense. But since that time, it's been all Central. Oh, boy, that's nearly a steal turnover right there. Central still in the rear court. They're going to bring it across the line. Greg Moore with it at the midcourt line. 7:09 to play second quarter. 11-8 the score. High-powered Oak Ridge offense has just been stymied the last few ball games. That's a near walk, but I don't think he picked up his foot. They work the ball to the right side. 6:58 to play first half. 11-8 Central. With the basketball will come Darian Bailey. Bailey against Jeremy Miller. Works the ball to the left side. They drive to the free throw line. They kick it out to number 3. Bounce pass goes down low on the block. Here it goes to Belton Jr. He lost the ball. Picked up on the floor by Jonathan Stewart for a second. Saved away by Central. Bobcats drive in. Shot is no good. That's over the back. They didn't call it, but the bucket is good by Ahmad Belton Jr. And the Wildcats are down 5. Jonathan Stewart straight to the hole. Lays it in good. Blew past his man and got a layup. His first 2 points. It's a 3-point game, and Flip commits a foul. Bumps into number 2, Greg Moore. 6:20 to play second quarter, 13-10. The Wildcats trail here. It's just hard to understand how this offense can be so stymied right now.
Yeah, it really is, because it's a high-powered, fast offense. So Central is just not allowing them to get into that. And plus, the Wildcats, they just don't seem to be under control. When they have the ball and they try to push it, they're out of control. So they got to get that.
Free throw is good by Central's Greg Moore. Increases the lead up to 4 once again, 14-10. Out of the contest will come Darian Bailey. Central, not taking anything away from Central. They're playing fine basketball, but Wildcats just don't look like the same team as we saw before the Clinton ball game for sure, as the Wildcats trail by 5. 15-10, trying to get the ball just in the hands of Jonathan Milloway as Flip was going to dribble in, thought about shooting, backs it up to Jonathan. Jonathan looks to his left, looks to his right, gives it off to Miller. Jeremy Miller up high, looks to Flip, throws it to Milloway, and what's the call? Personal foul on the floor is going to be called against Central. It's going to go against number 30, Ahmad Belton Jr., 6'3" senior player. It'll be Oak Ridge basketball. 6 minutes to play second quarter, trailing 15-10. Jonathan Stewart, Lucas Searcy fakes the 3, gets a layup instead, drives in, needs to score it, missed it, pushed it back up there, and good. Lucas Searcy, I wish players would use the glass a little bit more, and Lucas gets the bucket, and then the Wildcats commit a foul on the press. I think it's going to be on Flip. And John says a flop, but it's going to be Central at the free throw line. 15-12. 5:49 to play first half. Here at Central High School. Friday night, the Wildcats, or Thursday night, the Wildcats will be at Campbell County. To the free throw line will go Greg Moore. 15-12 Central. Moore's got 7. Make it 8. They're getting some tosses at the line, scoring at the free throw line. Back up to a 4-point game. 16-12, 5:49 to play first half from Central High School. Second toss on its way, good. Greg Moore knocks it down. The Wildcats are down 5 once again. 17-12. Here comes Flip down the floor. In the Milloway, wide open on the left block. Goes into Jeremy Miller for the shot. Good! And he's fouled. I don't know. Jonathan, I thought, was just going to take it himself, and that's the first 2 points scored by Jeremy Miller, who's still sporting a bad ankle. He told me he's 90%, but we need a lot more than that in terms of offense from him. You don't want to play him too much with a bad ankle, but the way we're playing, you've got to play your best player, arguably your best player, all the time as much as you can.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen how the Wildcats play with Jeremy not in the ball game, so he's critical for the Wildcats as he completes the 3-point play.
And it's down to a 2-point lead for Central, and here's the inbounds coming in, and Central loses it out of bounds. The Oak Ridge basketball. Man, it looked like it was pretty close. This tough call goes against Darian Bailey. It'll be Oak Ridge basketball, side court, right in front of the scorer's table. The Wildcats down 2, 17-15, 5:35 to play. Lucas Searcy, oh man, got banged down hard. Hard foul by Darian Bailey. Lucas faked the 3 and then started to move and just got tackled by the Central Bobcats, and that young man might have stoved his own finger there. He's holding his finger. He's smiling. A little pain as well. It's the 7th team foul. Lucas Searcy will go to the free throw line. Out of the game will come Darian. Let's hope he's okay. 6'4" junior. Was holding his fingers. I think he is. Just kind of jammed him just a bit. Lucas has 4 points in the ball game. He's 2 of 2 from the free throw line. Coming into this ball game, Lucas Searcy had a total of 107 career points. He misses that free throw and is rebounded by Central. And Central nearly turns the ball over. Wildcats playing with Flip Thompson, Lucas Searcy, Jonathan Stewart, Jonathan Milloway, along with Jeremy Miller. Central by 2, 17-15. The Wildcats on defense here. Central with the basketball. Elijah Foster, then the ball knocked out by Jonathan Stewart. 5:17 to play first half. The Lady Wildcats won with ease. The boys junior varsity wins a close one. The guys are down by 2, 17-15. Central basketball. Bounce pass, nearly a steal by Jeremy Miller. Saved by Central. Jalen Harris dribbles to the free throw line, shoots from there. Good. Pretty floating toss by Harris, and it's back to a 4-point game. Flip running the point. Flip Thompson. Left side Lucas. Milloway. One dribble on the left block. Stripped to the ball and out of bounds. Last touch by Jalen Harris. It'll be Oak Ridge getting Kel Slater in the ball game. Flips out. Back in the ball game will come Lucas Searcy. Jonathan Milloway is out. 4-point Central lead, 19-15. Here comes Oak Ridge to work it in. Kel Slater penetrates right, gives it in to Lucas, to Jeremy. Thought about a drive, thought about 2 points, maybe 3. Gets it up there, good. Jeremy Miller scores. He's got 6, or 5 that is, and the Wildcat lead is trailed by 2. 19-17. Here comes Central basketball. Here they come with more. Trapped in the rear court, needs a guard to help him out of it. Comes out of there. 10-second count is on. He gets it across the line. He dives for the loose ball. Picked up by Central, and there's a travel. Travel called against Elijah Foster, the 6'4 senior. Turns it over. It'll be Oak Ridge basketball. You can see Jeremy's in some discomfort once again. This time he went crashing hard on his right hip, but he's going to stay in there. Tough kid as the Wildcats work it in. 19-17 the score with exactly 4.5 minutes to play in the second period. With the basketball will come Oak Ridge. Thursday night, Campbell County and Oak Ridge. Kel Slater thought about driving. Penetrates. Left elbow shot. No good. Rebound Central. Down the floor of the basketball will come the Bobcats. 4:15 to play. Central by 2. 19-17 the score. It's a good-looking Central team. This Central team beat Farragut, beat Jefferson County. Their only loss is a fairly close game against Webb. 5-second count is on. He gets rid of it, though. It's not a bad team at all. They're very athletic, for sure. They've got some scores. Here's a shot. It's no good. Deflection. That's not a good call. He was deflected, but it'll be Oak Ridge basketball. They were going to say it's just an air ball. It'll be Oak Ridge basketball. Milloway's in. Stafford is out. 3:53 to play second quarter. 19-17. The Wildcats trail by 2 here at Central High School. And a timeout is asked for by Andy Hill. We'll take it with them. 19-17 Bobcats. We'll send it back to Brian Bennett. We'll be back to Central High School following this 30-second timeout. We are back here at Central High School. The Wildcats down 2, 19-17. Ridge will get the ball first here, or get the ball again. Not first. Get it now as the Wildcats will work it in with Jeremy Miller. Halftime, I'll be speaking to the athletic director, Coach Mike Mullins. We'll be talking about the restrictions that the Wildcats will have in future ball games, whether at home or on the road. Each school has different ideas about how they want to do it, as the Wildcats are going to get it on try to get it in the Milloway on a bounce pass, kicked out, fortunately, by the Central Bobcats. It'll be Oak Ridge basketball underneath the goal. They're going to substitute Ahmad Belton Jr. in the back of the ball game. Checking out of the contest was Perez as the Wildcats work it in, and Jeremy Miller is fouled. Personal fouls called, and it's going to go against Central. It's going to go against Darian Bailey, I believe. That'll be Darian's second foul. 8th team foul called against the Bobcats. And Jeremy Miller will go to the free throw line for the Wildcats. Jeremy, coming into this game, had 850 career points. A lot of points for him. He's got 6 in the ball game. 5, 1 of 1, now 2 of 2. Mark was giving me the hand signals I've looked at for 35 years, but I still couldn't read them. 19-18 the score. The Wildcats trying to tie it here. Jeremy Miller, senior player. Gonna shoot, and he knocks it down, and we're tied at 19. Low-scoring affair here at Central. Here come the Bobcats down the floor against Oak Ridge's pressure. Still in the rear court. Number 2, they lob it across the line. They're gonna drive in, left elbow, and he's gonna shoot from there. No good, not a good decision. Rebounded by Miller. Jeremy of Oak Ridge. Here comes Jeremy down the floor. Harassed as he brings the ball to the baseline. Got a screen from Milloway, goes in, had his shot blocked, and a hard foul called against Central will send Oak Ridge to the free throw line. Of course, Andy Hill doesn't agree with it.
Bailey.
And it's going to go against Darian Bailey. That is his 3rd foul. I think Mama Bailey across the way is not too happy about it either, I believe.
Well, anyone who plays again has a voice that they can use. So.
3:22 to play here in the second quarter. 19-19. Jeremy trying to break the tie. He does. Good. Wildcats retake the lead. They've only had it once, I believe. Wildcat lead is 20-19. They're substituting now. Darian Bailey out of the ball game. They got a young group in the bench over here. The Wildcats have a full contingency of players. Jeremy Miller back to the free throw line. Second toss. He knocks it down. Oak Ridge by 2, 21-19. Here's Jamison Updegraft coming into the ball game. Jeremy's going to check out. Rest that ankle. Got to play Campbell County on Thursday, Anderson County on Friday. Here comes Central with the basketball. 21-19 the score. 3:22 to play here in the first half. Here come the Bobcats. The Wildcats try to set a trap. The ball is deflected, and they throw the ball away. Oak Ridge ball. Jonathan Stewart splits the defense, takes it to the hole. No good. Missed the layup. In heavy traffic, I'll give him that, as the Bobcats bring the ball down the floor. 3:05 to play. 21-19 the score. Central ball. Here it goes to Greg Morris. Guarded by Kel Slater. Dribbles past him. Stops at the left elbow. Shoots from there. Good. I wouldn't have taken that shot, but it drops in, and it's a tie ball game. 21-21 the score, but obviously nobody wants me to take any shot here as the Wildcats bring the ball down the floor with Lucas Searcy. Searcy's going to penetrate, drive, give it in to Jamison. Jamison looks for help, gives it in to Kel. Kel drives in, no place to go. Now shoots. Nice move, but he missed the shot. Can't get it to go. He didn't have anywhere to pass it to, and it took a nice little spin move, just couldn't get it to fall.
Yeah, he did a fake pass and got the people looking for where he's going to pass it to, and he just slipped right around them for the shot.
21-21 the score. Might have been an offensive foul there. Didn't call. No good. Rebounded by Milloway. Wildcats have numbers. Here comes Oak Ridge's Kel Slater. He's got to take it strong to the hole. Throws it into Lucas, and he's called for a travel. Queener makes the call as they substitute Jeremy Miller in the ball game. I guess Lucas took a extra step. Honestly, didn't see it, but
we got help by number 30, who kind of bumped him and made him fall to the ground, and then they're called for a walk. It's an unfortunate call there for the Wildcats.
Well, officials haven't really had a lot of ball games to call, and kind of a heated argument right there between Aaron and Queener. Matt's going to get the final say there as they bring the ball down the floor. Ferguson works the ball into the big guy. Goes in for the shot, no good, but he's fouled. Going to go against Kel, and he hits him on the wrist, and he did it. Minute 57 to play second quarter. It's a shooting violation. 21-21 is our score. To the free throw line will go Ahmad Belton Jr. He'll have 2 shots. He has 4 in the ball game. His first attempts from the line. Clang off the iron, no good. He'll have another one. Wildcats playing with some foul trouble. Too many fouls already called. And Coach Green has been warned by Matt Queener. Minute 57 to play. I think he said, I heard you. I understand what you said, and I think you should be quiet now. Shot is missed, rebounded by Milloway. Milloway with the ball. Remain tied at 21. Oak Ridge basketball. Kel with it. Kel dribbles top of the circle. Here it goes to Jonathan, to Jeremy. Oh, nice move. Fakes, pulls up, shoots. Nice floating shot. Jeremy Miller, and he has 11, and the Wildcats are back on top by 2. Here comes Central. Ferguson with it across the line. Ahmad Belton Jr. against Milloway. That's going to be a charge against the big guy. The 6'3", 220-pounder Ahmad Belton is called with a personal foul. 23-21, the Wildcats in the lead. A minute 34 to play here in the first half. Down the floor with the basketball once again will come the Wildcats, and eventually, as the foul was called against them. With the basketball once again comes the Wildcats. Here come the Wildcats. Here it goes to Kel Slater. Slale dribbles in. Kel turns, spins, shoots it off the glass. No good. Rebound Central. Oak Ridge by 2. 23-21. With the basketball will come the Central Bobcats. Layup blocked by Kel. Kel Slater knocks it out of bounds. Very nicely helps up. Greg Moore. 23-21 Oak Ridge. A minute 11 to play. We're going to get our radio broadcast going back on again here in a moment. It'll be Central basketball. They will lob the ball in, and it comes to Moore. Moore with the basketball once again. Sets the dribble out to the right side to Harris. Harris drives in, fouled by Jonathan Stewart, and that's the third foul caught against Jonathan. Minute 4 to play, second quarter. We are streaming this game on YouTube at Prep Radio. Subscribe to us, and every time we go live, you'll get alerted that we are doing a ball game live. As the Wildcats, Jonathan Stewart now has 3 fouls, a double bonus in effect, sending Jalen Harris to the free throw line. 23-21 Oak Ridge. Free throw up, no good. He'll have another one. Back to the line will go Harris. 2-point Wildcat lead. A minute 4 to play, second period. Once again. Shot, no good. Rebound, Jonathan Milloway. Here comes Jeremy Miller. Kel Slater, left side. Jamison up to Graff, kicks it out to the right. Ball lost out of his hands. Last touch by the Central Bobcats. 56.9 seconds to play. It'll be Oak Ridge basketball side midcourt. Lucas Searcy will work the ball in. Oak Ridge by 2. Ball comes in to Kel Slater. Kel with it. Jeremy Miller against the zone. Looks to Milloway. Can't get the ball to him. Big battle going on. They turn the ball over. Kel did. Throws it in to Milloway, and he got banged hard. Wildcat fans not happy at all about that. The Wildcats get it right back with Jamison up to Graff. To Milloway. Milloway for the layup. No good. Central banged the side of the backboard. Ball's knocked out by Central. It'll be Oak Ridge basketball. Oak Ridge, Matt Queener comes over the scores table, stops play, and what's he going to say? They're going to call goaltending perhaps, and he comes over to say with 34.8 seconds, what just happened? They never started the clock, I guess, so it's 38 seconds. Oak Ridge basketball. Jamison works it in Jeremy. Jeremy drives free throw line. Turning, spinning, driving. No good. Foul called against Lucas Searcy. Going for the rebound. Tackles number 15. And they'll go to the free throw line with Perez. He'll have 2 shots. 3 fouls now on Lucas. The good news, Central hasn't been able to hit their free throws. And 12.2 seconds to play. 25-21 the score. With the basketball will come Jeremy Miller. 25-21 Oak Ridge, 12.2 seconds to play. First half, down the floor will come Oak Ridge. Jeremy Miller penetrates and drives, penetrates and shoots, penetrates and scores. Jeremy Miller gives Oak Ridge a 27-21 lead at the halfway mark. We're going to take a break. We're going to send it back to Brian Bennett at the station. We're on YouTube. We're on prepradio.com. We're on Oak Ridge Schools Television Channel 15. We're also on Channel 15 right now. 27-21 the score. We'll be back with Coach Mike Mullins, Athletic Director at Oak Ridge High School, following this 2-minute timeout.
Hey, Mike. Hey, good? And my seat and Mike.
Stays active. Okay, what I'm going to ask you about is protocols for the school, for the entrance to, and just all that, and then we'll whatever else comes up. Mark. Oh yeah. Weird without cheerleaders in the gym. It's kind of, the girls' game was just dead. Yeah, but a little bit louder here, especially with that lady over there talking.
I'm stunned. You know, I mean, there comes a time I don't know.
I'm listening.
They're taking on.
Yeah. They have no PA. The scoreboard guy's on his phone the whole time. Mark. What's that? They're no, not all the time. Just worry about this for right now.
You think I need a mask or no mask?
What's that?
Mask or no mask? Will they be able to hear me?
We've both had it, so it's up
They
to
won't
you.
be able to see. You both have
You
it
will
on?
be able to see on YouTube, so we'll go with the mask.
Yeah, I need to do that.
Okay. That's what's on YouTube right now.
Okay.
Why is it so slow? IJV in 15. IJV in channel 15 only. Okay. Welcome back once again to Central High School. The Wildcats on top 27-21. We apologize for the little 4-minute delay there we had getting back to the athletic director, Mike Mullins. People were anticipating you so much that this 4-minute break was a little longer than anticipated. Coach, first off, Happy New Year.
Same to you.
Let's talk about Oak Ridge High School Friday night when the Anderson County Mavericks come to call. What will be the protocols from here on out with fans allowed at the Wildcat Arena?
It's a great question, David. We obviously, and these things are kind of passed down. It started out with the governor's executive order 70 that came out, and there were some kind of general things that were out there, and TSSAA is even mentioned in the governor's talk that he gave. And then last week, I guess it was, we received some guidance, some specific guidance about what to have as far as what we could do and what we couldn't do. And I guess the big thing is that we would love to have all the fans obviously there. This is kind of a weird atmosphere here tonight, but again, the good thing about it, we're playing basketball. When the people, and there will be a list. It'll be a immediate family list that will be there, and once people come, again, they'll have to have their temperatures taken, and people that are on that list will have the ability to buy a ticket. And then, like I said, it will be essential personnel, which will be workers. It'll be immediate family. It'll be obviously EMS, trainers, those kind of people will be allowed in the game. And what we'll do is, again, ID will be required. Those things will be kind of checked at the door.
How weird has this year been? Obviously, it started, at the end of last year. Obviously, for you all at the high school with classes and such, it's been really crazy. But I was telling Jeremy and Jonathan up here at halftime of the girls' game, from hour to hour, we don't know who we're going to play, where we're going to go. I know Coach Coach Taylor, had to cancel a lot of ball games that weren't able to play. Coach Green was able to schedule a couple of ball games, but for the most part, it has been just the schedule that was put forth is not the schedule we're following.
That's exactly right. I dreamed the other night, David, that we had a game and I didn't know about it, and they were saying, "Where's Mullins at the game?" But it's been, this kind of reminds me of a spring where baseball and softball keep getting rained out and they're rescheduling, but never ever seen anything like this in basketball. And like I said, we've been dealing with it since last March, trying to plan, and every time you get a plan together, it changes. And like I said, this thing is fluid. It's day by day, and we're just trying to get as many games in as we possibly can and hopefully get the season in.
Coach, I know you got swimming going on. How's that going?
It's fine. Like I said, we've got Chad Hodge as our new swim coach. I think we've gotten a lot of interest involved. I think we've gotten some people that haven't been out before that are getting there. We're getting our numbers up, and it's like I said, they also were backed up. They're also kind of started when basketball did, but they're also delayed their start a little bit.
Coach, just one more thing. How will the spring sports? Have you even thought about that? I know you have thought about it, but how will that run?
Absolutely. Our spring sports started out. A lot of their workouts started today. I know track, and we have football getting ready for the off season. It's not a spring sport, but all of our spring sports are getting kind of kicked off now. And everything I'm hearing from TSSAA, again, the good thing about spring sports is they're outdoors, and we're going to try to do everything that we can to get them, to play. But, I'm worried about the boys and girls basketball tournament at Murphy Center, in that right now, Middle Tennessee's not allowing people at their games. And so, I think that's still up into the air as to where, hopefully we'll have both of our teams in Murfreesboro, or wherever that state championship might be. Who knows? We may host it at Wildcat Arena. That'd be awesome.
That'd be great. Coach, thanks a lot for joining us here. Let me get Mark in here.
Awesome. Thanks for having me.
We'll talk to you again.
Go Wildcats.
Mike Mullins, Athletic Director of the Wildcats. Let's get Mark in here, and he's got the first half statistics.
Thank you very much. Leading the score for the Wildcats is Jeremy Miller. Yes, 14 points, 4 of 6 from the field, 5 of 5 from the free throw line. Also scoring for the Wildcats, Lucas Searcy's added 4 points. He's 1 of 4 from the field, 2 of 3 from the free throw line. Also with 4 points, Stafford Shanklin came off the bench. He's 2 of 2 from the field. Kel Slater also with 4. He's 2 of 5 from the field. Jonathan Stewart has added 2 points. He's 1 of 4 from the field. As a team, the Wildcats were 10 of 23 from the field. They were 10 of 19 from two-point land, 0 of 4 from beyond the three-point line, and 7 of 10 from the free throw line. Look at the scoring real quickly for Central as we're getting ready to start the second half. Greg Moore has 11 points for Central. Jalen Harris with 6, and Ahmad Belton Jr. has 4. David?
Thanks a lot there, Mark. We've had a lot of things we've had to get accomplished here today, and I haven't given you a whole lot of airtime. 27-21 is the score at halftime, and I think we're about to get set here. It'll be, let's see, the officials are discussing it to see whose ball will be. They initially said it was going to be Oak Ridge's ball, and it is going to be Oak Ridge's ball. Coach Andy Hill says no, it is not. It is going to be our ball. But their coaching staff not too happy, and he has just warned the coaching staff for Central. We have made our ruling. We have told you what it is. It's Oak Ridge ball, and he continues to talk here. Oak Ridge ball. Here it comes into Kel Slater, the Wildcats with Jonathan Milloway, Kel Slater, Lucas Searcy, Jonathan Stewart, the ball game. Here's big Jonathan, turning, spinning, driving, puts up a shot, no good. On the rebound, Central just wouldn't get it to go, and here come the Bobcats down the floor. 27-21, low-scoring ball game again. 7:40 to play, third period. Bounce pass goes Central with it. Out it goes, number 30 for them. Wildcats up by 3. Here's a kick ball taken away by Milloway. Here comes Jonathan Stewart. Lucas Searcy is down there. He's going to go in for the shot. He should have passed it off, and Jonathan is called for his foul. What he should have done, he had Lucas Searcy or Jeremy, I think it was Lucas, coming on the right side. Should have pulled up and dished it off to his teammate. Instead, he picks up his 4th foul, I believe.
Yeah, just a very unfortunate decision there for Jonathan Stewart as Coach Green pulls him out, and he'll get to spend most of his time on the bench. And it looks like Coach Green just picked up a technical foul.
He did, and he wasn't very demonstrative about it. I think he had taken enough from the Central coaching staff, and whatever Coach Green said, it was enough to warrant a technical, and off comes the mask, and Central will go to the free throw line with Greg Moore. Free throws up, good. 27-22. Coach Green walks away from Mr. Queener. Free throws up, good. And they'll have the basketball side court. Coach Green's going to have to take a seat next to his father and Ronnie Scott and Ted Mitchell, and it'll be Central basketball side court. I think that official had taken enough from the Central coach, and whatever Coach Green said put him over the top.
Yeah, exactly, David. I think that particular referee just kind of had his fill at that point because, as you said, Coach Green wasn't very vocal at all.
It'll be Central basketball. Wildcats in the lead, 27-23. Central lobs it down low to their big guy, Belton Jr. Back to the top of the circle to Harris. Harris drives in, stutter steps, and walks. Travel is going to be called by the far official. Oak Ridge ball playing with Jeremy Miller, Kel Slater, Lucas Searcy, Jamison Updegraft, along with Jonathan Milloway. 27-23 the score, 6:55 to play. All teams get into little times when they're not playing their best ball. The Wildcats are in that right now. And, a lot can be said as Jamison drives in. That's a great drive, gets his own rebound, good. Jamison Updegraft with a little bit of aggressiveness scores 2 for the Wildcats. And, unfortunately, lack of practice time. Your head coach has not been with you. A schedule that's been very indecisive. It's been a tough time for the basketball programs as the ball's knocked out of bounds. They say last touch by Oak Ridge. It's been a weird time. Central hasn't played since November, but you would never know it.
Right, yeah, Central, they look good. I guarantee you that they've done some individual work because you would think that if they haven't really been able to do anything, as another shot's up and good by Darian Bailey. He now has 2 points for Central, but you would think they'd be out of shape, but they're not.
Oak Ridge by 4. Milloway is going to get a layup, I think. He's going to go up for the shot, and he is fouled. Jonathan Milloway is fouled by one of those Central Bobcats. Personal foul is going to go against number 1, Jalen Harris. That's his 3rd foul, and Big Jonathan is going to go to the free throw line. 6:11 to play 3rd quarter, 29-25. The Wildcats 3-0 in the district, playing a really good Central team. I think the Central team, and nothing against the teams we've seen Halls, Carnes, and Clinton. I think the Central team is the best that we've seen.
I would agree with that, David. That's a really good team. I remember having a lot of problems with them last year.
5-point game. Wildcats free throw is short and rebounded by Central. 30-25 the score. Nothing against Clinton. And we haven't seen Anderson County yet, and we haven't seen Powell yet. But athletically, they're as good as any team we've seen. Central ball. Central shoots a 3. No good. Rebound, Lucas Searcy. The Wildcats pushing it up the floor with Jeremy Miller. Jeremy all the way to the baseline in the corner. Finds Lucas free at the top of the key. Drives in. Oh, nice pass. But Jamison misfires on the rebound. On the putback, Jonathan Milloway does it though, and he scores. 7-point Wildcat lead, biggest lead of the night for the Wildcats. 32-25 the score. Central quickly out of control. Brings the ball down the floor. There's a blocking foul against Lucas Searcy. Try to get that charge. The Wildcats are already in some major foul trouble. Now Stafford Shanklin's going to come in, and Lucas is going to check out with his 4th foul. Stafford is going to come into the ball game. And a timeout is asked for. Let's send it to Brian Bennett. 32-25 Wildcats. 5:32 to play 3rd quarter. We'll be back to Central High School in 30 seconds. David Clary, Marquez, John Oliver, Christian Rosas Rodriguez, along with Brian Bennett. We're on FM 92.7, FM 94.7, prepradio.com, Oak Ridge Schools Television, Channel 15, and streaming the video live on YouTube at Prep Radio. 7-point Wildcat lead, 32-25. Oak Ridge trying to go 4-0 in District 3 play. Struggle on the road here at Central. The Wildcats on the road again Thursday at Campbell County, Friday at home against Anderson County. Block shot by Jeremy Miller. Here come the Wildcats pushing it up the floor. Big kill, Slater to the hole. No good. Knocked out of bounds by the Wildcats. Kel usually gets those to go, and you can see on his face, and Kel usually gets those to go, just wouldn't go for him in heavy traffic.
Yeah, you're exactly right. I mean, he usually gets those. Just a great job driving to the basket does Kel do every night.
Central breaks the press and gets it across the line. They set up their offense. 32-25, Central ball. They drive in, shot on its way, short. Rebound, Belton Jr. has the rebound, puts up another shot, good. They score with Ahmad Belton Jr. And the Wildcat lead is 5. 32-27. Down the floor will come Oak Ridge. Stafford Shanklin stops at the top of the circle. Back to Kell. Look to Milloway. Has it in the left corner. Can't get a three off. Looks to Jamison. They've got a smaller lineup. They've got Jamison Updegraff playing what appears to be the 4 right now. Am I correct with that?
Yeah, I would think so. I mean, Stafford Shanklin, he's not short, but they got Miller out there as well.
32-27, the Wildcats misfire on the shot there. Here comes Central down the floor. 4.5 minutes to play in the third period. 32-27 Wildcats. Central basketball. Wildcats need to stop, need a rebound a few times too. Here's a shot. That's a bad shot, rebounded by Jeremy. Wildcats have a 3-on-1, led by Jamison. Updegraff for the shot, no good. Kel Slater on the rebound. All the Wildcats got to go right back up. Kel lost his dribble, goes in for position, has his shot blocked. Taken away by Central. Here come the Bobcats down the floor. The Wildcats can't get any scoring. They get on a bucket on the other end, though. They score with number 32, Elijah Foster, and here comes Oak Ridge down the floor. Back to a 3-point game. Wildcats just struggling to get offense. Jonathan Milloway has very few points. The Wildcats throw the ball away again. And here comes Flip Thompson back in the ballgame. Oak Ridge was up by 7. It's now down to 3. 3:40 to play here in the third period. 32-29. Central basketball. Here it goes to Jalen Harris. Harris cross court to Belton Sr. They get a layup. No good. And a blocking foul underneath is called. And there is no way in the world that is a good call. No way. Not a good call.
Miller.
You're going to call it on Jeremy, but that's his first. That's the good news. I just don't see that the guy was in position to take a block when they were all moving. So 32-29 the score. Free throw, good. 32-30 the score, a 2-point game. 3:28 to play in the third period. Wildcats have seen their 7-point lead dwindle down to 2 now. 32-30 the score. Back to the free throw line will go Central. That's Darian Bailey, 6'4", junior, 145 pounds. Toss, good. Wildcat basketball up by 1, 32-31, a 6-0 run for the Central Bobcats. Stafford Shanklin, top of the circle. Holds it, gives it over to Kell. Kell in the Milloway, double teamed, triple teamed. No place to go. He throws the ball away. Tried to get the ball to Jeremy. The Wildcats turned the ball over. Wildcats just aren't sharp, Mark.
No, they're really not. They're trying to force plays that just aren't there right now, David. We've seen several passes that have just been easily taken away by the Bobcats.
Central on a 6-0 run right here. Their basketball. Oh, NBA range 3. That's not a good shot. Rebound to Central, though. Their basketball. Here it goes to Foster. 2:50 to play third quarter, 32-31. That shot was so bad and so far off that Karam went so far the Wildcats couldn't rebound. Here's a steal and a dunk by Milloway, maybe. Jonathan drives to Stafford. Stafford gets the shot. Good. Stafford was trailing Jonathan Milloway. He's got 6 in Oak Ridge's lead. The Wildcats steal it. Kel Slater kicks it out to Flip to Kell. Left-handed. Three-pointer from the corner. No good. Not a good, bad look, as the Wildcats are going to be called for another foul. Kell's going to be called for a foul. His second. Team foul number 5 against the Wildcats. You talk about one guy doing all the calling. He's the guy who's, and I'm not saying that wasn't a foul, but he's doing all the officiating right now.
He's the only one blowing his whistle, is what you're saying.
34-31, that's a better way to phrase it. 2:21 to play, third quarter. Central basketball. Wildcats playing currently with Kel Slater, Flip Thompson, Jonathan Milloway, Stafford Shanklin, Jeremy Miller. Their basketball, number 2. Outside the three-point line, they drive the baseline. Flip tries to, as they reach in, they call a jump ball, the alternate possession to the Central Bobcats. Their coach is out on the floor, out of his box, and it needs to be warned right there. Central basketball. It's kind of a contentious ball game as Central works the ball in for a shot, no good. Rebound, Belton Jr. blocked by Milloway, but they've got the ball. Wildcats can't get another rebound. Now Milloway does commit the personal foul. 2 minutes, 8 seconds to play in the third quarter. It'll be Belton Jr. to the free throw line. Milloway picks up his third. Wildcats in some foul trouble. Jonathan Stewart's on the bench with 4. Milloway has 3. Lucas has 4. And they'll go to the free throw line twice. They've committed 1 foul. 2:08 to play, third period. Play is halted for a moment as we evidently have an issue here. Not exactly sure. Blood, perhaps? I think that is the case. And now the game will have to come Lucas Ferguson. We'll check out. Let's see if he's okay. I don't see any blood, but he's out of the ball game. It'll be Belton Jr. to the free throw line. 34-31 Wildcats. 2 shots. The first one's good. They struggled at the line in the first half. Hopefully they won't catch fire here in the second, although they have hit a few. That's 7 points for Belton Jr. 34-32. Toss, no good. Rebound, Jeremy Miller. Oak Ridge basketball leading 34-32. The Wildcats throw the ball away. Here they come down the floor. Tie game. If he hits it, no good. Milloway can't get the rebound. Ball's knocked away and saved away by Central. Down to 1:54 to play, third quarter. Central basketball. Wildcats have got to be a little stronger on the glass. 34-32 the score. They drive in, free throw line, three-pointer, and lead. No good. Rebound, Kel. Push it. Kel Slater with it down the floor. He's going to wait, gives it off to Flip Thompson for 3. No good. Good rebounding. Jeremy Miller catches it cleanly, then bumped and fouled by Belton Jr. from the backside. Coach Andy Hill disagrees, argues, out on the floor, should be teed up, but he's not. It'll be, once again, now the coaches arguing with each other. It'll be Oak Ridge basketball. I'm not exactly sure why they're so livid. Oak Ridge by 2, 34-32, Oak Ridge ball. Kel Slater, Belton Jr. comes out of the game. Kel going to work it in here in a moment. How many fouls is that on Belton Jr. now?
That's 3 for him, David.
Oak Ridge basketball. Jeremy Miller, Stafford Shanklin didn't catch it cleanly. Stops, pops, drops. 2 points, Stafford Shanklin, and then play is halted. It is going to be a warning on Andy Hill, the head coach of Central, 36-32. Wow.
Winger finally blew his whistle.
Yeah, he did. Well, he's letting them play here as the Wildcats put on the press here. Central basketball. With it will come number 4. That's Bailey. In the rear court, brings the ball to the midcourt circle, brings it across the line, drives coast to coast, throws up a prayer, not answered. Milloway's got the board. To Kel Slater, the Wildcats are 4-on-2. Flip Thompson to the hole. Good! And he's fouled! Flip Thompson drives, scores, draws a foul. We'll go to the free throw line with 1:07 to play in the third quarter, and Oak Ridge back up by 6, and that's 4 fouls on, or 3 fouls on Moore. Not 4, it was Moore. It'll be Flip to the line. Good drive there, Mark, by Flip.
It was a great aggressive play. Free throws up, no good. Rebounded by Central.
Here they come, the Bobcats. They've got numbers. They can shoot a 3 if they want. The Wildcats have got to get back on defense. 38-32, 6-point Wildcat lead. It's the best team in the district besides Oak Ridge. They get a shot up from the paint. Good. They've got some good players. They've got some good scores. They've got some length. They can play defense. They're going to be a terror in our district. Oak Ridge basketball up by 4. 42 seconds to play. Kel Slater to the hole. All the way in against Ferguson. He draws the foul. It is a foul, Coach Hill. It is a foul. You hack somebody on the wrist, you get called for it. And that's what happened there. And Kel Slater is going to go to the free throw line. 38-34. Wildcats have got to hit their free throws. Here comes big Nick Dallas off the bench. He's going to check into the ball game for the Wildcats. 39.3 seconds to play. Free throw, good. Kel Slater knocks it in. 5 points for him. Kel, 1 of 1 from the line. 39-34, a 5-point advantage. Nick Dallas in for Jonathan Milloway. He'll set the final 39 seconds. Second toss, no good. Big rebound, Stafford Shanklin, and he's fouled. Stafford pulls down the board and will go to the free throw line. 2 shots upcoming. 37.9 seconds. That is 4 on more. And it'll be Stafford Shanklin going to the free throw line. 37.9 seconds to play. Third quarter, 39-34. Free throw good. Stafford now has 9 points in the ball game, 1 of 1 from the free throw line. 6-point Wildcat lead, trying to equal their biggest lead, which was 7. And he missed it, but he jumps in the lane to get his own rebound. Won't count. And Queener's now catching up from the Oak Ridge crowd. And he comes over the scores table to say what?
The clock, I guess.
No, I think it was somebody hit the rim. I think it might have been Elijah Foster. They're talking it over. Maybe they are going to work. Their 2 officials are talking about it. What are they going to say? They're going to say, I need some hand sanitizer. That's what he's going to say. And I don't know what the discussion is. Are they going to put more time on the clock or what? Or too much time went off the clock since it was a free throw. It couldn't have been 8 seconds off the clock in a well, he's been on his phone most of the time there. I don't think he really has a job he wants to do.
Yeah, that's not unusual these days. We're seeing a lot of people working the center table being on their phone.
He probably didn't really want the job in the first place, and I'll give him credit for volunteering for it if that's the case. 36 seconds to play, third quarter, 6-point Oak Ridge lead, 40-34. It's a good Central team. They're in the rear court. You have to get the ball across the line, and they are not going to as it's knocked out of bounds. I thought there was last touch by Jalen Harris. I don't think Matt Queener's having a very good ball game tonight. I think he's the best official in our association.
Yeah, but he has been noticeably quiet tonight, though.
He has. If that's what we want. Here comes the Central Bobcats with it. Here comes Greg Moore. Moore standing with 22 seconds and counting. 6-point Oak Ridge lead. No 5-second call. Flip standing back just far enough not to initiate that 5-second call. We've got statues on the floor. Now the Wildcats initiate a trap. Working out of it, Moore launches a 3. That's no good. On the rebound, Central. Picked up on the floor by Kell. They got it, and then what's the call? It's going to be a jump ball.
Should be Oak Ridge ball.
2.8 seconds. I don't know if they want a jump ball right there, though, with 2.8 seconds. They would have gotten the ball first, but at least they don't score here to close out the quarter. It'll be Oak Ridge ball. Wildcats have everybody back in the rear court. Central was going to play them with pressure, and that would have been a layup for big Nick Dallas. Oak Ridge ball. Here comes the pass. Stafford fouled by Ferguson. He argues, and he is teed up. Ferguson, a double whammy for Big Luke as he gets a personal foul, unnecessary foul, and then a technical foul. Add another one to it. And the Wildcats can close out this quarter when probably they weren't going to score with only 2.8 seconds. They can go to the line and perhaps get 4 points.
Yeah, as Jeremy Miller goes to the line, he's got 13 points. Perfect, 5 of 5 from the free throw line. Oh, Shanklin will go to the line first.
Stafford was the man fouled. He'll have 1 in the bonus. And he'll go to the free throw line, 40-34. The Wildcats' biggest lead has been 7. Jeremy's going to go to the line. They say there's 1.3 seconds left on the clock. That is the 7th team foul.
But they say no 1-on-1.
No 1-on-1. Free throw, good. Why is there no 1-on-1? The technical is the 7th. I got it. Jeremy hits the first toss. 41-34 the score. I get it. I'm a little slow on the uptake.
No, that's slow too. That's very confusing to see that they say that we're not in the 1-on-1, but we look up there and there's 7 fouls, so it's very confusing.
Jeremy misses the second toss, but Oak Ridge will have a chance to throw it in, throw it up. 1.3 seconds. Sometimes I've wanted to throw up during this game, but
I've heard other people say that when they see your face.
Oh, Mark. 41-34 the score. Now the officials are talking about it here. The 2 other guys besides Queener. I'd rather have Queener be involved in this discussion since these two guys are not on the same level. Less talk, more play. That's what Mark says. Flip Thompson's going to work the ball in. 7-point Oak Ridge lead, 41-34. Flip has played a lot of basketball tonight. Here comes the lob, and it comes to Miller. Throws one up. I don't think it would have counted as the third quarter comes to a close. Oak Ridge on top of Central, 41-34. Back to Central High School, 60 seconds.
Bad quarter for us. We ended up outscoring them at the end, but that was a bad quarter for us. Yeah. Ugly.
Yeah. We're just not fluid.
No. Now, did Jeremy and Jonathan say they didn't play in the final two games, the last two games?
Didn't do what?
They didn't play in the last two games?
After that first game, Jeremy was shot. His ankle was dead.
Oh, so he didn't play at all?
He played, but he didn't play well.
Welcome back to Central High School. David Clary, Mark Case, John Oliver. Got Christian Roses Rodriguez, Brian Bennett at the station. Central Balls, we start play here in the fourth and final period. The Lady Wildcats won. The Oak Ridge Boys Junior Varsity won as well. Wildcats going for the triple sweep, trying to win their fourth district game of the year. Central Ball, Belton Jr. against Milloway, missed a shot, and rebound foul called against Jonathan. It's going to be 1-1. And then a technical foul is called against Central. Not sure who that goes against. A personal foul called by the far official, and it's going to go against the Bobcats. You know, I think, Mark,
Milloway did push the guy. That was a legitimate foul, but I think another guy called a technical, and I'm not sure who the technical is on.
It's on Central.
No, there's...
It is on Central, I'm pretty sure. We'll see.
No, yeah, we're shooting a 1-1 first.
Okay, it'll be Jalen Harris. No, actually, it'll be Greg Moore at the line. He hits the first one. 41-35. Back to the free throw line, Central. Toss is good. Now, what's the case? It's going to be Jeremy shooting free throws on our end. 41-36 to score. Then Oak Ridge will get the ball side court. 41-36 Wildcats, 7:44 to play in the ballgame.
So how did number 2 shoot those free throws if he just fouled out?
I don't know. Toss is no good. Jeremy's going to knock these down. 41-36 to score. So did number 2, Greg Moore, foul out? I guess he did. And it's up to the scores table to tell them that, as he missed both of them. Central fans, I mean, that's up to the scorekeeper to tell the official that he's fouled out of the ball game. So that is a mistake right there, not detected by the officials. It'll be Oak Ridge basketball. They lead 41-36. But you got to hit your free throws anyway. And here come the Wildcats setting up their offense. Kel Slater backing up with it. New guy in the ball game for them is number 14, Nick Ellis. Oak Ridge ball. Wildcats in foul trouble of their own. Kel Slater with it, holds it. 5-second count is on. Works around a screen, falls down. Ellis defending him. Here goes to Jonathan Stewart. Stewart's in the ball game. The Wildcats have Lucas Searcy and Milloway. It is getting loud all of a sudden. And a holding foul is called against Central. That'll be the 9th team foul called. 7:18 to play in the ball game. 41-36. Wildcats got to hit their free throws here. They didn't against Greenville. Missed 17 in that ball game. Kel Slater's at the line. 41-36. 7:18 to play in the ball game. From Central High School, FM 92.7. Toss, good. Kel knocks it down. I'm sorry, he's got 6 in the ball game. Wildcat lead is back to 6, trying to equal the largest lead, which is 7, 42-36, 7:18 to play in the game. Slater puts it up there, no good. Rebound, Central. Jalen Harris pulls it away, and here come the Bobcats. They're still in the rear court, trying to get the ball across the line, and they will in a moment. And now they won't. They'll throw it to the stands. We're going to throw it to the stands. It'll be Oak Ridge basketball. Oak Ridge's pressure caused a little trouble right there.
Yeah, he just kind of threw up a prayer across the court there, Dave, and no one was there to answer it.
Wildcat basketball. Jonathan works it into Kel Slater. Here come the Wildcats. Kel dribbles in, penetrates, had Jonathan wide open, didn't get the ball to him. Now it goes to Milloway. Backdoor to Lucas Searcy. Last touch by Central. The Oak Ridge basketball underneath the go. The Wildcats are not seeing the open player. And Coach Green has called a timeout. Take it with them. 42-36 Wildcats. We'll hold it right here. The Lady Wildcats won their ball game easily tonight. Mark, the Wildcats are playing hard. That's one thing you can say right now. They are playing with effort, but they have just struggled to attack the zone, get points out of it, and they've struggled a little bit on rebounding.
Yeah, I mean, they just don't have the gelling tonight that they typically do, Dave.
Chemistry,
yeah. Yeah, so I think that's their biggest thing, and, not quite sure what to attribute that to because they have been playing. I mean, they played 3 games last week at Alcoa, so they have been playing. Now, they weren't able to play or practice with Coach Green, so I think that might have something to do with it. With
they
him
had
being
no
out of
practices at all until Sunday, to be honest with you. So after those ball games, and Coach Green wasn't even able to come until Sunday. So I mean, but no excuses. It's Central's good. This is a good Central team.
I would imagine Sunday's practice was quite interesting then.
I would say so. I would guess it was. Wildcat basketball. They lead 42-36. Kel, Jeremy Miller, great inbound speed. Central got caught sleeping there, and the Wildcats have their biggest lead. They were really, a nice inbounds, almost steal by Kel. Great inbounds call by the coaching staff, and a great teamwork by Kel and Jeremy Miller.
Yeah, Jeremy Miller now with 16 points in the ballgame, David. He leads all scorers tonight in tonight's contest. A nice steal by Kel on the inbounds play, and Oak Ridge is able to retain the ball.
Wildcats on top, 44-36, 6:49 to play third period. Jonathan Stewart, Jonathan Milloway, Kel Slater, Jeremy Miller, Lucas Searcy, the original starting 5 in the ballgame. Lots of foul trouble. Jeremy Miller getting points. He does it again. Big Jeremy off the glass. Oak Ridge with their biggest lead. It's up to 10, 46-36. Here come the Bobcats. Belton Jr. stripped to the ball. Still drives, double team. They'll drive the baseline. Here's a steal. Jonathan Stewart. Jonathan, Kel Slater, 1 dribble, 2 points, 12-point lead. Wildcats building the lead up, 48-36, doing it with their defense. Here they come down the floor. Ellis on the baseline, turning, spinning, shooting, clang off the iron, no good. Rebound, and a foul is going to be called. Foul called against number 32, Elijah Foster. That'll be his second. Milloway hits the deck for the 3rd time tonight, and he'll shoot free throws. Double bonus in effect. The Wildcats will shoot free throws. Man, Oak Ridge, as a timeout is asked for by Central. Let's take a long one here. Let's send it to Brian Bennett. We'll be back in 60 seconds.
Wow, we popped up to 86 now.
Really?
We're at 36. We popped up to 86.
We're also on Channel 15, too.
Now we went down to 85. We lost 1.
Why would your mother turn us off? So do we have 2 streams, or did we just have a blank in the middle of it?
No, we have 1 stream, and we lost the radio. The stream kept going.
That's what people are right there.
The YouTube? Oh, that's weird. We shouldn't have lost it. I mean, we lost streams after the girls' game, yes. Yeah, because he lost Wi-Fi.
We are back here at Central High School. David Clary, Mark Hayes. Thursday night, we'll be at Campbell County. Lady Cougars and the Lady Wildcats will tip things off at 6 o'clock. Milloway shooting a free throw short. That is something that Jonathan has had trouble with. Jonathan is a great free throw shooter. A little short on that one. He'll have the double bonus. 12-point game. Wildcats in the lead. 13 points in the game. He hits it. Almost got an assist from Jonathan Stewart. Wildcats with their biggest lead, 49-36. Wildcats putting on the press once again. And one thing, let me tell you something here. You can say what you can say right now as Wildcats. Kell gets a steal. Lucas Searcy maybe a dunk. Lucas, Jeremy Miller, one dribble, one shot, 2 more points, and the Wildcats are starting to put big numbers on the board here. The Wildcats are playing Oak Ridge basketball right now, Mark Hayes.
Yeah, they really are. They're, forcing turnovers and getting points off those turnovers, David. That's a stat that I don't keep, but, it'd be really nice to see, especially in the second half, what the points off turnovers is for the Wildcats.
We got 5 minutes and 58 seconds to play in the ball game from Central High School. As I mentioned, Thursday night, the Wildcats have a game that was not on your schedule. It was on your schedule, actually, back in early December. It got postponed. They moved it to the 22nd, then they had to cancel it again. We are going to Campbell County Thursday night. 6 o'clock will be the girls' game. The boys' game will be at 7:30. That game will be broadcast on prepradio.com and Oak Ridge Schools Television Channel 15, and we will attempt to stream it live on YouTube on our Prep Radio channel. Friday night, good news is we got permission from the administration of Oak Ridge Schools all the way to the highest levels. They tried to do it in football, but with the restrictions with the governor and TSSAA, we will be streaming live from the Wildcat Arena for the first time in the history of the arena. And that'll be Friday night against Derek Wallace's and Nikki Anasicki's Anderson County Mavericks and Lady Mavericks.
Yeah, hopefully that'll be a good game. I know that Anderson County, their boys for the last couple years have really caused problems for us. So it should be a good game.
51-36. The Wildcats up now by 15 points, trying to go 4-0 in district play. This is their second road district game. They had an earlier win over Halls earlier, and home games against Carnes and against Clinton, and victories in all of those games. Central ball, Ellis for 3. That's no good. Tipped by Miller, saved by Jonathan Stewart. I was going to say this a minute ago. Jonathan Stewart is hustling beyond belief right now on both sides of the ball. He picked up some early fouls, but he is all over the floor defensively for the Wildcats.
Yeah, he is, and he had a really nice drive in the first half, David, just, very aggressively taking it to the hole.
51-36, Belton Jr. to the hole, no good. Tipped by Central, going for the shot. Off the rim, no good. Milloway has the rebound, knocked out of bounds. They say either by Cersei or Milloway. The Oak Ridge fans can't believe it. I'm telling you, Matt Queener's not having his best ball game. I'm not sure if that was good or bad, but the Oak Ridge fans haven't liked it.
No, number 4 definitely is pushing the Oak Ridge players.
Well, the Wildcats are going to get a rebound on the missed shot. He's a Fulton boy, so maybe he's going with his North Knoxville brethren. Oak Ridge basketball, Jonathan Stewart, Jonathan Milloway. That's 2 more points, and the Wildcats now have a substantial lead, 53-36. And what was a close ball game until just now, and the Wildcats, 2 guys are down. Numbers, Central scores off the glass. They go with Elijah Foster. Wildcats converge on each other and left Central 5-on-3 as the Wildcat lead is 53-38. Jonathan Stewart, he missed the layup. I complimented him and he missed a shot, but he is hustling on defense. 4:44 to play. Central basketball for a moment. They throw the ball away. Number 4 with it. Bailey throws it to Milloway, who gives it to Jonathan Stewart. Had a 3, drives the baseline, lost his dribble. Wow. 4.5 minutes to play in the ball game. 53-38. What was a close ball game? It's going to look like Oak Ridge just, if they hold on, is going to have an easy win, but it was nothing like that here, Mark.
Yeah, they currently have a 15-point lead, but before that, even earlier, leading into this quarter, we only had a 7-point lead.
By far the second best team I've seen in our district, with us being number 1, Central number 2, Clinton number 3. The teams we've seen, I think Carnes number 4, and the other team will be Halls. We haven't seen Powell. We have not seen Anderson County yet to be on my list of the best teams in our district. They get a shot off. Before that, a foul is going to be called, I think, against Kell. Kell Slater is called for his 3rd foul. That'll be team foul number 9 called against the Wildcats. If you like watching our live stream on YouTube and our broadcast on FM 92.7, prepradio.com, and Oak Ridge Schools Television, Channel 15. The people to thank, there's an air ball at the free throw line. Fox Insurance Group of Oak Ridge, Tin Bank of Oak Ridge, Ortho Tennessee of Oak Ridge. You know, Dr. McMahon retired last week, after years. Oak Ridge Utility District and the Mortgage Investors Group. Second free throw is good. Oak Ridge's lead is 14. 53-39. We've had some people in the community just help us by sending us checks. A couple from the classes in the 50s sent me some checks. So it goes all to one cause, and that is getting our community broadcast on radio, on the internet, whether it be prepradio.com as Kell gets a layup, good, or on this YouTube thing we're trying out here. 55-39, give the bucket to Kell Slater. Central ball, Jonathan Stewart deflects it, nice play to Lucas, to Kell inside to Jonathan, and the Wildcats set it up again. Jonathan for 3, no good. Rebound, out of bounds, last touched by either Jeremy or Lucas. They both battled for the rebound. Either one of them could be the guy responsible for knocking it out. It'll be Ellis to work the ball in. They're going to substitute into the ball game Jalen Harris. Of course, all of our YouTube streams, like the girls' game and the boys' game, are archived, so you can always go to YouTube and watch the game again. Jeremy steals the inbounds. Wildcats, Lucas Searcy drives in, gives it into Kell. Kell had a layup, finds Milloway free. The big guy for 3, no good. Tipped by Lucas Searcy, good. Will it count? They're going to say it's on Lucas. Personal foul will go against, I believe, Lucas Searcy. And that is the case, and Lucas picks up his 5th foul, and he comes out of the ball game with 3 minutes, 23 seconds to play in the ball game, and Stafford Shanklin will work the ball in, or will come into the ball game for the Wildcats. All these games are archived. You can go back and watch them at any time. 55-39. You can also watch the 1984 Clinton Oak Ridge football game if you want to. That BAM performance was outstanding that night, I can tell you that. As Clinton goes to the free throw line, toss is short, rebounded by Miller. That's the 10th team foul. It's a double bonus. One of the problems here, I think you got some volunteers on the scores table here, and I don't think they have communicated real well with the officials out on the floor on several different occasions. Mark, I think that is a problem. But if they're volunteering, more power to them. Where this is a strange time, but you've got to have good communication with your people on the at the scorers table and the officials.
Yeah, I'm still confused how number 2 there, Moore, was able to pick up 5 fouls and then shoot 2 free throws. So bizarre.
Both free throws missed. Wildcats Jonathan Milloway on the rebound. Here comes Kell. Kell had no place to go. Gives it back to Milloway, to Jonathan Stewart, to Jeremy. 3:12 to play in the ball game. 55-39. Stafford Shanklin holds the ball, dribbles in, gives it into Jonathan Stewart, back to Jeremy Miller. Caden Updegraft is about to come into the ball game for the Wildcats, along with looks like Flip. Wildcats are going to play their whole roster with the exception so far of Darren Osborne. If they get these guys in. Wildcats are just stalling right now, holding it, backing it up, trying to get going here. Oak Ridge leads 55-39, 2:40 and counting in the ball game. Jeremy dribbles. Jeremy lost his dribble, picks it up, spins out of trouble, gives it into Stafford. Stafford shoots a 3, no good. Tipped back up by Jonathan Stewart. He can't get it. It's pulled down by Central. And then what's the call? Foul's going to be called against Oak Ridge. Because Green not too happy with that. 2:24 to play in the ball game. Another foul. More free throws. Longer game. 2:24 to play.
More stoppage.
55-39 the score, and at the line now will go Keith Perez. He is a sophomore, 5'11". To the line he goes. The Wildcats playing with Stafford Shanklin, Jonathan Milloway, Kel Slater. Missed free throw. Here comes Flip Thompson back in the ball game. Caden Updegraft comes in for the first time tonight. Had big Nick Dallas in the ball game earlier. Jamison Updegraft has played. Back to the free throw line will go Perez, 55-39. 0 of 3 from the line tonight. 1 of 4 from the line tonight as he knocks it down. Here come the Wildcats down the floor. 2:23 to play. Jeremy Miller in the left corner. I think I'd I would rest as Jonathan Milloway gets a shot up. No good. Caden on the rebound, back up with it. Good! Nice spinning shot by Caden Updegraft. And the Wildcat lead is 17, 57-40. But I think I would pull Jeremy out and let him rest for the next as an air ball is shot and missed by Central. We've got 2 more games this week. He's 90% right now. I think I'd pull Jeremy for the rest of the ball game.
I think Nick Dallas coming into the game now, and to sit for the Wildcats is Jonathan Milloway. So now Milloway will get a rest, and Miller may come out now.
Darren Osborne's going to come in for him. So the Wildcats are going to play with Stafford Shanklin, Flip Thompson, along with Darren Osborne, Nick Dallas, and Caden Updegraft. So the entire roster able to play, will play. 2 minutes to play in the ball game. 57-40 the score. Central also emptying their bench. They've got number 20 in the ball game. That's Zach Martin. Oak Ridge ball. Darren Osborne stripped to the ball, saved on the floor by Caden. Caden Updegraft back to Osborne, lost the ball. Minute 47 to play. Here comes Ellis down the floor. He's a three-point shooter. Won't take one here. Backs it up to another guy in the ball game, number 11, who doesn't appear on the official roster. Ellis for 3. That's a brick. No good. Rebounded by Stafford Shanklin. 94 seconds to play in the ball game. Nick Dallas off the glass shot. Good! Nick Dallas scores for the Wildcats, and it's 59-40. 19-point advantage for the Wildcats. What a fourth quarter it's been for the Wildcats. They get a shot off the glass. That's number 11 scoring, and that is further known as Smith. Down the floor of the basketball will come Oak Ridge. Flip Thompson. It isn't named Smith. I just named him that because I don't have his name on the roster. I do have Stafford Shanklin's name. He just scores. He's got 10. Oak Ridge up 61-42. A minute to play in the ball game. Another 3 by Central. No good. Flip Thompson on the rebound. The Wildcats wanting to run. Triple sweep. Stafford Shanklin. A layup. Good. Stafford scores. The Wildcats now up by 21. 63-42. I guess eventually the depth, the athleticism, and the skills by the Wildcats are going to take control here, and the Wildcats are going to blow out the Bobcats here when it was not that kind of a ball game all night, as I've mentioned several times.
Yeah, Stafford Shanklin picks up his first foul. It's kind of unusual to say at this part of the ball game for someone to pick up their first foul, but going to the line for Central will be Zach Martin.
63-42 Wildcats, 40 seconds to play. Clang off the front end of the iron goes Zach Martin. I believe that's him, or is that? Yes, it is. Zach Martin. He is a junior, 6'1", 160-pound junior. A little stronger on that shot. No good. Darren Osborne of the Wildcats on the rebound. Down the floor goes Flip Thompson. Flip will drive. Flip into Nick Dallas again for the shot. Good! And he's fouled. Nick is going to get the headlines in the newspaper, but it's Flip Thompson who made the play once again because he drove down the floor unselfishly. He could have scored. We're up big right now. He could have padded his stats, but he gave it to Nick, and he goes to the free throw line.
Nick Dallas now with 4 points, David, trying to complete the three-point play as Wildcats lead by 23, 65-42 with 32.7 seconds remaining.
Nick Dallas with a free throw and drops it in good. 66-42 Wildcats. Here comes Central down the floor. So Oak Ridge will go to 4-0. 4-0 on the district schedule as they launch a 3. Oh, it's good. Three-point shot by Andrew Hill, 6'2 freshman player. Wildcat lead is 66-44. And guess who takes another shot? Nick Dallas. He missed it this time, though. 13 seconds to play. 66-45 the score. Central ball. Here's the freshman once again. Will he shoot? Yes, he will. Will it be blocked? Yes, it will be. Goes out of bounds to Oak Ridge with 3 ticks on the clock. The Wildcats will end their 2-game losing streak. And Coach Aaron Green's teams have never lost 3 games in a row, and that streak continues. The Wildcats end a 2-game losing streak, and they go 4-0 in the district, beating a good, very good Central basketball team. Mark, That's all you can say. It was a hard-fought ball game. The score doesn't indicate anything of the way the game was. 66-45 looks like an Oak Ridge blowout, but the Central team's going to give Oak Ridge fits at the Wildcat Arena later, and maybe at the district tournament. It's a good team.
It really is. Where is the district tournament this year?
It's probably going to be at the friendly confines of the Wildcat Arena.
Oh, nice.
It stands, yeah, as it stands right now. The TSSAA, I'll explain that, and we got a lot of basketball to be played, but the TSSAA has stated, because of the COVID, that they do not want to have satellites. It was going to be at Campbell County. It was originally going to be at Campbell County, but whoever wins the district is going to host. And if the Wildcats can hold on, like I said, a lot of basketball to be played. We've only played 4 district ball games, but and the same with the region. It is our turn this year, our district's turn, to host the region. So whoever wins the District 3 will be hosting the region. If we can somehow do that, the tournament could be Oak Ridge at home in the district, could be Oak Ridge at home in the region, hopefully home in the sub-state, and then off to someplace to play in the state tournament. Coach Mullins said something during his interview at halftime of this ball game that Middle Tennessee State is not allowing fans into their arena right now. And unless that changes in March, they might have to, TSSAA might have to look hard and search for another place, another venue for the state tournament. Hopefully we get to that far, and that could be the case because right now Middle's not allowing fans.
Wow, I wonder if they could go to Vanderbilt, even though that's a weird place. The Vanderbilt gym's a weird place to coach.
Yeah,
I know.
Do you remember? Did you go to the state tournament we played when Steve Shipley was coach? We played there at the state tournament, and he broke his hand on the end zone. The benches are on the baselines, so they're not on the sidelines. The press area, I'll never forget this. I was broadcasting, and I was at eye level. I'm short, and we all know that. I was at eye level with the floor. I mean, it was just like this, and all I could see when they inbounded with feet in front of me. So I was always constantly looking up at the floor at Vanderbilt. So it's a weird gym. It's a weird gym.
It is. I was there in college for a tournament there, and for volleyball it was a lot different. It was laid out different. You don't have to worry about the floor. But, it's a weird gym. And I can't imagine if Coach Green had to coach from the end zone, how numb his foot would be by the end of the night.
Stomping his foot. Let's take a break here. Speaking of Coach Green, we'll speak to him in a moment. Mark will have the final stats. Brian Bennett's at the station. We'll send it to him. Oak Ridge wins. They win it big. The girls win even bigger. The JV won a close one. We'll come back and talk about all 3 of them following this 3-minute timeout.
Yeah. 66-45. $66-45. We didn't make a single 3 tonight. That's unusual. Not a single one.
Welcome back once again to Central High School. Coach, first of all, how are you feeling?
Oh, I feel great.
Okay.
I mean, I was to say
the games, not being able to coach and be there at Alcoa was frustrating, would be an understatement. But feel fine. Just had really like really one bad day where kind of felt like I had the flu. But other than that, feel great. Pretty much recovered. Got my taste and stuff back for the most part. But that was probably the most frustrating thing. I can't taste or.
And you like to eat.
Yeah, I love to eat. Oh yeah.
I'm going to talk about this game. I promise you, but I want to ask you, what did your dad say when you said, "Dad, you're going to have to take over here for 3 ball games"? What did he say? The gym is named after him in Sweetwater. Yeah. He's a state championship coach, but he hadn't done it in a long time.
I think he's probably won more games than I've coached. I don't know how many. He's won a bunch, but it was like, hey, unfortunately, I'm not going to be back, so you're going to have to handle it. He didn't hesitate. I think he was kind of looking forward to it, kind of knock off the rust and come out of retirement and coach. But I'll be honest, it's not a very good circumstance to, be quarantined for 10 straight days. I mean, these are not excuses. It's tough. And then go play 3 straight days against 3 pretty good teams without any practice, without the coach there. It's kind of, I don't know if this is the word, discombobulating. I mean, it was just frustrating. No practice. I mean, I've talked to, a couple coaches, it's just not the same when the head coach is not there, because that's the ones they usually listen to, you know what I'm saying, as far as who's doing all the instructions and making the calls.
Yeah, your dad even said that to me.
Yeah, and it's just I don't care if it was Coach K or whoever sitting over here. It's just a hard situation because, the kids, and I've been an assistant before at the college level, and, it's just different.
Coach, let's talk about this ball game. You're kind of in a little bit of a lull right now offensively. Zone defense has been giving you a little bit of trouble, not scoring like you normally do. Lack of practice, lack of repetition in shooting, not in the gym as much, not with you in practice. A lot of things that you can consider that you just said a moment ago. But as I told your dad the other night, coaches don't make excuses. You expect them to come out and play like they did at Science Hill tonight here at Central.
And no doubt. I mean, and expectations are really, really high just from me to them. And but it's just we held them to 45 points. We only scored 66, but some teams are going to guard you. I mean, Central's athletic. They're got some size. I mean, they got some good guys that can defend. I mean, you're not always going to score 100. But I mean, with that said, we're missing a lot of easy stuff that we usually make. That you got to think about those. You miss those. It allows you don't get to set up your press and even get tempo even more when you miss those easy ones and bunnies. We had a stretch there against Greenville where we missed 17 freaking free throws. I mean, my goodness, you're just not going to win many games. Had 15 turnovers first half, but a lot of that's just a combination of lack of practice, and again, still hadn't had everybody together for the most part. It's just reps, lack of practice, but. For the most, those are excuses, but they're facts. I mean, I think we'll continue to get better. My thing is, you've been around me long enough, David, we want to play fast, but running and playing transition basketball, playing fast basketball like we have over the years starts with defending. And if you defend and rebound the ball, it'll give you an opportunity to get going, and I'll be honest with you. Millway struggled, but I'll just be honest. They're beating him to death. I mean, he's getting pushed clean out here to the foul line. I mean, he's getting beat to absolute death. And we're going to have to figure out some way. I don't know if I'm about to get him some shoulder pads and a helmet, or we're going to have to figure out some way where, he's just, he can't even post up because they're pushing him all the way out here. I've got to look at that and figure out, how we can get better there. But that's a little bit frustrating. I don't think he had a bucket at halftime, and we're up 6. So, and we've focused and emphasized getting it in there without being too one-dimensional, so.
Coach, it's weird kind of. I mean, there were more fans here than I kind of anticipated, but now there's nobody in here, and that's the way it's going to be here. Yeah. It's kind of almost like a AAU ball game or a practice where and especially in our arena, as Coach is afraid that Coach Ted Mitchell's going to leave him here. We'll give you a ride home. I'm sure but I thought you had spurts on defense where your press was very effective, and you had a little. In fact, you fueled your run by your defense. And I can tell you, whatever you want to say about this young man at times, Jonathan Stewart's hustling out there on defense. Yeah.
He is, and we've, another thing too, if you look back at our last 3 games over at Alcoa, we've played in a lot of foul trouble. I mean, Millway basically didn't play the Greenville game. I mean, he was in foul trouble the whole time, and, had played in foul trouble, and they were in the bonus halfway through the first quarter, and we got to stop fouling, but we've played with some foul trouble, which is part of the game. I think it'll help us later on with guys getting minutes. But I think, but again, we've got to be smart. Milway, again, he's been in foul trouble the last 3 or 4 games. He has, and that's got to be something we're focusing on and trying to correct. So he's got to be on the floor. I thought Flip Thompson gave us some good minutes tonight. He's been practicing better, and and we got some guys that can play, and they earn them in practice, and it was good to be back coaching. Honestly, David, after missing 3 games, it felt good to coach.
Coach, I was thinking too that Matt and his officials out there, they haven't been officiating a lot of ball games too, yeah. So they didn't really officiate well in this one. But I mean, but they haven't had any games either, so it's kind of the same situation. Yeah, it's just those are 2 athletic teams, 2 physical teams, and it is a hard game to officiate. I guess just from the standpoint, we're going to be aggressive. For sure, offensively and defensively, but we've got a lot of room for improvement. And that's the thing we got to focus on is keep trying to get better. But again, if you play hard, if you defend and rebound, all the offensive stuff take care of itself. And we're in a little bit of loss shooting right now, missing some easy bunnies, but that'll get straightened out. We'll get that taken care of. I personally think, and of course a lot of basketball to be played at the teams that I've seen, the Central team is the best district team that we've played. I think Clinton's good. Clinton's got a really good solid team, but in terms of just everything, this is going to be a tough team at district time.
Yeah, and we said that last year too. Remember when we played them, and they were up on us 12-1 last year at our place to start the game. I don't know if you remember that, but they only lost 1 kid off last year's team. Clinton beat them in a close one in the district semis last year. They basically got everybody back, but they're probably one of the more athletic teams in the Knoxville area. I mean, they got good size. They're athletic. They rebound the ball. Don't shoot it great. The more kid can play. So they've got a good team. I told our guys, during shoot around the day, I thought this team would finish definitely, it could finish 1, 2, or 3 in our district without question, just based on their athleticism, and Coach does a good job with them. So good win. This is a game I was concerned about, especially after struggling a little bit, the last couple games, been coming off quarantine and all that. But proud of our guys. I thought we played hard. Didn't play great. Didn't play anywhere near our best game, but we battled and played hard.
Coach, you have a makeup game Thursday against Campbell County. Another new coach up there, Clausen, I believe his name is. I believe that's the case. Is he any real? No, I won't even go that way. But Coach, what do you know about them?
Yeah, not much. They've just been focusing on us really the last 2 or 3 days since New Year's, trying to get us better. Obviously, we'll watch some tape on Campbell County tomorrow. We got back-to-back games, which is kind of frustrating as a coach. You want some time to prepare, but under the circumstances, we're going to play as many as we can, and hopefully we're good to go. But always interested. We're probably going to be a little bit different going to Campbell County with the restrictions.
Right.
They may who knows? They may only allow us 20 and put 700 on the other side for Campbell County. But always interesting trip up there. I told our seniors that's your last time to play at Campbell County. Take advantage of it. Then obviously we got Anderson County on Friday. So, but again, it's day by day. Keep getting better. And we've got a lot of little things we can clean up. And but I was proud of their effort, and I thought we did a pretty good job defensively tonight.
Coach, congratulations. We'll talk to you Thursday.
Thanks, David.
It's Aaron Green. The Wildcats victorious in this one. Let's get Mark in here. I don't think we've run the final statistics here. Ted will get a chance to get to bed here early as he's been waiting for Coach Green to join us here. And here comes I didn't say the Haste halftime report. This is the Haste post-game report. Mark, take it away.
Thank you very much, David. As you said, Oak Ridge victorious by a final score of 66-45. Leading scorer for the Wildcats tonight was Jeremy Miller. He had 20 points for the Wildcats, 7 of 9 from the field, 6 of 9 from the free throw line. Also in double figures, Stafford Shanklin came off the bench to add 12 for the Wildcats. He was 6 of 8 from the field, 1 of 2 from the free throw line. Also in double figures, Kel Slater. Nice game for him tonight. He had 10 points, 4 of 10 from the field, 2 of 4 from the free throw line. Also scoring for the Wildcats, Jonathan Millaway started, had 6 points. He was 2 of 6 from the field, 2 of 4 from the free throw line. Lucas Searcy had 4 points for the Wildcats. He fouled out with 3:23 remaining in the ball game. He was 1 of 4 from the field, 2 of 3 from the free throw line. Nick Dallas came off the bench in the fourth quarter and added 5 points for the Wildcats. 2 of 3 from the field, 1 of 1 from the free throw line. With 2 points tonight, Jonathan Stewart, he was 1 of 6 from the field, also with 2 points. Flip Thompson, 1 of 2 from the field. Jameson Updegraff had 2 points as well. He was 1 of 5 from the field, came Upton, also with 2 points, 1 of 1 from the field, and that rounds out the scoring for the Wildcats. As a team, the Wildcats shot 26 of 54 from the field. They were 26 of 45 from two-point land, 0 of 9 from beyond the three-point line tonight. That's unusual for the Wildcats to not hit a single three. And they were 14 of 25 from the free throw line. Now looking at Central, they were led in scoring by Greg Moore, who fouled out. Very confusing situation. He fouled out, but still was able to shoot free throws after fouling out. So that was one of the more bizarre situations I've seen. He had 13 points in the ball game, 2 of 9 from the field, 11 of 12 from the free throw line. So you can see why they would have him shooting free throws as often as they could. Jalen Harris had 9 points for Central. He was 4 of 8 from the field, 1 of 4 from the free throw line. With 6 points was Ahmad Belton, number 30. He was their big guy. He kind of really pushed Milloway around a lot tonight. Very physical player. He had 6 points, as I said, 3 of 6 from the field. And 1 of 4 from the free throw line. So he had to have at least 7 points. With 4 points was Darian Bailey. He was 1 of 13 from the field, 2 of 2 from the free throw line. Elijah Foster added 4 points for Central, 2 of 3 from the field, 0 of 2 from the free throw line. Also with 4 points was Darian Bailey, as I said. 3 points added by Andrew Hill late in the ball game. He hit a three-pointer. He was 1 of 2 from beyond the three-point line. And with 1 point was Descais Perez. He was 1 of 4 from the line. So as a team, the Central Bobcats were 13 of 45 from the field. They were 12 of 30 from two-point land, 1 of 15 from beyond the three-point line, and they were 16 of 30 from the free throw line. Wildcats trailed at the end of the first quarter, 11-8, but then outscored Central 19-10 in the second quarter to take a halftime lead of 27-21. Wildcats did not play well in the third quarter, as we discussed, but they edged them out, them being the Central Bobcats, outscoring them 14-13 in the second quarter to take a 41-34 lead into the fourth quarter, where in the fourth quarter the Wildcats really opened it up on Central, outscoring them 25-11 for a 66-45 victory tonight.
Mark, if you would, run down the scoring in the girls' game, too.
The scoring for the Lady Wildcats, they were victorious tonight, 61-20. Leading score for the Wildcats was Kamari Mitchell-Steen. She had 18. Gracie Herron had a nice game with 16 points tonight. Samaj Clark with 10. Let's see, Lauren Hart had 2. Cannon Green had 2 as well. So did Katie LaFoon. And Hope Holt had 3 for Lady Wildcats.
Mark, thanks a lot. Appreciate your time. I know you've had a long day here. Thanks for joining us over here at Central High School. Appreciate our camera guys, too. Christian Rosas Rodriguez, John Oliver, Brian Bennett back at the station. Our next broadcast of Oak Ridge High School basketball will be coming up on Thursday. Oak Ridge traveling to Campbell County. 6 o'clock will be the girls' game. The boys' game will be at 7:30. Then Friday at the Wildcat Arena, 6 o'clock will be the tip-off. Lady Wildcats taking on Anderson County. Mark, just any final comments about tonight's games? Triple sweep, Oak Ridge.
Yeah, well, great. I mean, anytime you have a triple sweep, it's a great night for your entire program. But as far as the girls, they played hard. It's good to see them play after a long time off for them. Like I said, I thought it'd been so long. I thought some of our girls had already graduated. So great game by Lady Wildcats. And the boys, I was very impressed with Central. I mean, that is a tough team. That is a good team to play in your district to get you ready for postseason play.
Mark, thanks a lot. That about does it here. We appreciate Brian Bennett back at the studios. Appreciate our sponsors. Appreciate our people watching us or listening to us wherever you might be. Once again, the final score, the Wildcats win by a final score. They won.
66-45, I believe.
You are so smart. And the girls win as well. For everybody I mentioned before, this is David Clary saying, so long, everybody.